West, y'all.
Shot. Look at my bro, eh? On the come up. Holy shit. Look at my bro. My bro Cam's shining right now.
Man, it was cool because it was pretty much straight away. Like you posted me on your socials last night and said you're gonna come in, and you came in a day later.
Bro, who do you think I am, bro? Okay, of course I'm coming. I'm not someone like just the norms. Okay, of course I'm gonna fucking come in. You know, I'm a real dude like that. I'm down with the peeps. Nah, bro, it's honestly like I had a bit of I just wanted to that Twitter rant. It wasn't even a rant. It was like two things, but I do remember like a lot of people. They'll get to a certain point and they'll forget. But nah, bro, I remember. And I remember the real ones. I remember the ones that hustle, and I remember you, brother. So, shout for having me on, my G.
Always, man. You're always welcome, man. Because you just came back from the Trust Stadium. What's happening over there? Because
there was two things happening over there. The Ballaverse thing was happening there. The LeVar Ball thing.
Yeah.
And then the Mystics were there. So, they were training, the Northern Mystics. And, I just had to... Yeah, I did the Northern Mystics because, I've been doing basketball for the Kroger's World for the whole year, so switch it up.
Yeah.
I did the netball. Bro, that Grace Wiki, bro, far out. She's mean, bro. She's good. Yeah, but I beat her at a game of horse, bro, so.
Oh, what was it on, just behind the scenes, or?
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Is it recorded?
Yeah, it's all there, bro. She kept missing, and I was like, hey, you don't want to miss with me, bro. If you come for the king, you better not miss. That's what I like to say.
You know what I'm saying, man? Once a shooter, always a shooter. Eh?
Oh, bro, it's in my genetics, brother. It's in my bloody genetics. This is how I live. Nah. Yeah, shout outs to everybody. But nah, bro, you been well?
Yeah, I've been good, man. Been good. I just finished work and joined the gym.
Ooh,
because I got the hard word from the doctor.
Oh yeah,
a couple of months ago. But numbers are pretty high there.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
but
the blood pressure and the.
Hey, you're on the right track. You know what I mean? At least you figured it out and you didn't just neglect it.
Well, that's the thing, eh? Like I think, like some people, they're too scared to go to doctors and get checked up.
Straight up,
and just don't do it. Next minute it's too late. And
bro, my mum has diabetes, right? And bro, I used to eat whatever. I don't give a shit. Like back even now. And then she's like, "Oh, you better be careful, man. Like it runs in the family." And I used to like duck and dodge. I didn't want someone to tell me that I had it, and I don't have it, but I was like, no, get it checked. And then, I had to get it checked, and they were like, oh yeah, it's all good. And I was like, oh, wow, that's lucky. Because I was just dodging it because I didn't want to hear the news. I didn't want to be like, but at the same time, man, that's your livelihood, that's your life.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if it was like, because I understand like everybody's got different body types and the different levels of where you're gonna be, but doctor told me, man, if I keep on track, I'm going diabetes, man.
Bro, I'm making a few changes here and there because once you see yourself on TV, it's a little bit different. Like, you think you're all goods, and then you look at yourself on TV getting taken down by Kai Kara France, and you're like, oh my gosh, hell that, like that kind of shit. But I'm starting to put some things in progress as well, and hitting the gym once in a while, go for walks and things like that. Yeah. But it's about motivation, you got to kind of have the right motivation, and if it's your health kicking you up the ass, then bro, so be it. But it has to be something,
You said about seeing yourself on TV and health and that. Is that, how much motivation has that been?
A little bit, bro, but fuck, I'm really watching it to see if it's funny or not. Like, I don't really look at myself, gee, Tim, your calf muscles need a bit of definition. Nah, I just fucking, I normally look to see. It's been a bit of a trip being on TV, though. It's been different. Yeah, it's been pretty cool. But, same old, same old Tim. I'm not going to change. I think that's the cool thing about it, is that I haven't fucking changed one, like, in terms of who I am on screen, as the same as I mean, you fucking knew me before that shit. You probably think, and you're like, I listened to his podcast. He's exactly the same as how he was. He'd say the same shit. Yeah. And, I never changed. Like, and that's what's pretty cool about it. Because a lot of people, they get into journalism and sports, it's pretty like, it's pretty vanilla, everyone does the same shit. Hey, it's Robert from blah, blah, blah. We're here at Eden Park, that kind of stuff. And then there's me just like, there was this clip. Have you seen the clip with Sean Johnson? And I go up to Sean Johnson and I go, "What's up, my G? What's up, my brother?" And he's like, "Hey." And then you see him kind of like, "Oh shit, there's a camera there. I have to kind of switch." And I was like, "Bro, that was a close one, eh?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, no, it wasn't." You know, it kind of, yeah, it's kind of like my little superpower. But it's been cool, bro. It's been mean. So yeah.
Because you know that kind of thing with the athletes, especially New Zealand athletes, have to be in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And you know, when you talked about Sean Johnson being himself for a little second, and then switching, like I don't know about you, man, but like we are fans of American sports, right?
Oh man, 100.
And the way they are over there, I always compare it with how the athletes are here, in terms of like how they are in front of the camera, and it's different, eh?
Oh, it's way different.
It's way different.
It's very Caucasian. It's it's very like, here's how to be professional. And I think just recently though, like I think African American athletes kind of led the way in terms of just being themselves and having a joke and saying certain things. And you know, it kind of went away from that. I mean, you look at the quarterbacks in the NFL. You know, you look at your Peyton Mannings and you compare it to somebody like Deion Sanders, completely different, right? And so, you know, I think right now there's rugby's a little weird though. Like rugby I think they do, I don't know, I don't want to fucking, you know, put my foot in my, but I think they do like publicity training and they do things like that. And, you know, it's cool to see people like Johnny Tuivasa, because he had something in him. You know, yeah, he played rugby league for a little while and, you know, like his brother's playing obviously, but like he had something in him and then he noticed like, I'm just going to be myself. And then he went off and did his thing on social media. So it's pretty cool to see. But yeah, they're just people. Like you talk to them and you chat with them. There's a couple that you're just like, oh, come on, bro, just, you know, just play the joke, you know, just be you. But yeah.
Well, no one does that better than Ruby Tui.
Oh, Ruby.
You know, when she comes out, man, she's herself no matter what. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
And it's funny to me because when she did come out during the World Cup, Women's World Cup, in terms of how she is behind the camera, because she was like that when she was playing sevens too. And I don't think anyone was ready for that, especially in Zeda, you know.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
I mean, if they're like, because to me, when it comes to the All Blacks and all that, you know, it's all controlled by NZR. So they have this thing where everyone has to act the same or act like this, you know.
So it's the clone. You have to be like that.
Yeah.
This is how we want you to be.
Yeah.
But I mean...
But those rules that talk didn't...
Do you reckon, and I don't know here, do you reckon that women's rugby would have got publicity trained? Before the World Cup?
I don't think so, because that's how much they concentrate on the men, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, Ruby's amazing.
Yeah.
Another athlete. I'll shout some athletes out there that have been mean to work with is David Letty. David Letty is one of the funniest people that I've ever had, and like on the show, I've had a couple of really funny ones, but David Letty is, man, if he gets his own like reality show or something like that, and he's not out the gate, he's just himself, and he's just unapologetically from Otahuhu, you know, and he's proud of being a Tongan, and he's funny, and he's really witty. Junior Far's another one. Junior turns it on and off, but when it's not like 100 and 0 to 100. It's more like 60 to 50. Like it's very things, but yeah, he's great. But I've interviewed some athletes that I'm just like, man, I did not know you were going to be like that, like in a funny way. Yeah. And it's been really cool. It's been a cool little journey.
Well, they're using social media in that way, huh? They use social media to bring out another side to them.
And I mean, like Izzy's a perfect example too. Like you look at what Israel Adesanya's done on his YouTube channel, and he's used social media to, you know, to promote his own fights and also just to show who he is as a person, and an athlete as well. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. But no, it's been cool being in the sports industry now. Yeah, it's pretty buzzy. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I know little bits about rugby and little bits about rugby league. I know the rules, and I know, like, I used to watch it as a kid, but now I'm just kind of learning it. Netball's another thing. Like, you know, I don't really know a lot about netball, but I'm just learning, and you have to kind of learn a lot of different sports. Yeah, I got put on the breakers, so it was like I fucking knew all that shit. So it was pretty easy. It was an easy transition.
Yeah, since your basketball history.
Yeah.
But man, so are we going to see you moving towards journalism? Kind of like journalism
fuck
career?
That. I just want to be funny. Like, fucking pissed on that off. Bro, I was like, I I've been in the live studio and how much pressure that is to read that teleprompter and be on and be able to like adjust. And yeah, I don't know if that's for me. I mean, I'll give it a try if I ever get the opportunity, but there's a lot of, I don't know about journalism, but I just like making funny stuff, like, and chucking it up. Like, and it's cool because, people really get down with that stuff and they resonate with it. And, it's pretty easy to be, your point of difference when everything's very the same. Yeah, because everything was not everything, but majority of it is, talk to the athletes, how do you feel, blah, blah, blah. When there's me and I'm talking about like pies and I'm talking about like South Auckland shit, and I'm like, and I do my research, just like what I did on my podcast. Do my research, hit them with something, oh shit, you know. So yeah.
Well, but when you get into the research part of it, that's like a journalism thing anyway, yeah, when you start doing that stuff.
But when you call yourself a journalist, you sound like a dick, eh? Oh, no, actually, bro, I'm a journalist. I'm not a TV show. No. I'm a journalist. It's like, and no disrespect, there's heaps of journalists out there that do an amazing job. But yeah, I just want to be a funny dude.
So how does the profession do it between the journalist and the presenter? Is there such? I mean, does the presenter always have to be a journalist, or vice versa? Or
no. There's like Tim Provise. She does both, and like she does an amazing job on both of them. But no, not really. Like it's not much of a jump. You just have to read fast and say things. But I'm a real off the cuff kind of a guy. So like I like to be outside of the box. And when you have a script that you have to go through, I could do that, but I probably would end up just freestyling, and that's not what they want. That's not what the presenters want. But in field, so they call me a field reporter. So the field reporters just get, you edit it up and you put you put your concept together and shit like that. So, but it's fun, bro. It's fun. Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Like I gotta make sure that I check myself sometimes. Like don't be so entitled that you don't remember where you came from and what you did to get there. But at the same time, like
give me an example of a situation.
What do you mean, like for
when you have to check yourself again?
Oh, bro, like I'll be like, this is okay. Like you look at the social media numbers, and I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking killing these social media numbers. And then I'm like, yeah, fuck. Oh, now I'll just coast. And like I'll get an interview and I'll just coast. And then I'll be driving. And then in my head, bro, I'll be telling myself like, bro, you better come up with a great concept for this. It doesn't matter who you got it with, who you're dealing with. You need to make sure that's a good concept. Like, and then by the time I get to the arena or the stadium or wherever, then I know, okay, cool. Like I've got something in there that will be a bit different than the last story. So yeah, it's a very creative. A crowd is very creative. You have to be very, you've got to be out the box and you've got to be able to stretch yourself a little bit. But at the same time, if you want to, stand out a bit more, you've got to come up with some great concepts. And
I feel like crowd goes well really suits you because it's a comedy sort of, it's a easygoing show away. Like,
I mean, I don't think there was a better fit. And I want to get and I got to shout out my bro Regan too, because Regs is the one that actually put me on. Like Regan, they asked Regs and Regs like, no, I'm not really keen on that, but my bro Tim does this. And then they looked at it and then opened up, So I always give props to him because he's so humble. He'll be like, you don't have to, brother. You don't have to. But yeah, he's really the guy that was like, no, this is the guy. And he didn't have to do that. Yeah. And it's opened up so many other doors for me, and that when I get that opportunity, whenever that may be, I'll be able to repay the favor. But nah, not really. I fucking hate him. Nah, I fucking hate Regan. Okay, now cut it now, okay? Yeah, nah, fuck, I hate him.
So how many times a week do you have to go in to crowd goes well?
Depends on the week, but most of the time, like 4 days a week, 3 or 4 days a week. So if there's a shoot in the weekend, so like let's say this week, right? So I had the Warriors on Sunday, did all that shit, came in on Monday to edit it, and then it goes live to air on Monday. And then today I had a shoot with the Mystics, and then tomorrow I'll go in and edit, and then it goes live to air tomorrow. So it's like maybe 4 days, but it's all contract work. So if I want a break, I don't have to do it. But but it's slowly getting, it's becoming like a regular 4 day a week thing, and that's on top of the radio as well. So
because you mean there. Milligan, he's a basketball dude.
Now, like, I'll tell you what though, like Moles and James McConey, have really kind of helped me out and took me under their wing. It's so buzzy. Like so I'm on Mulligan's podcast for basketball, and I'm just sitting there. And there's Casey Frank, there's Andrew Mulligan, and there's this little hood kid from Clendon. This little South Auckland hood rat that got in trouble with the police when he was a teenager and mucked around in school. But did the work afterwards. And I'm sitting here with like literally the two voices of basketball in New Zealand. So it's pretty cool. And like again, got to check myself. I can't be like coming like and like so. An instance of that is like I can't just show up and be like, oh yeah, bro, Giannis is having a good year, guys. Like I have to actually watch the games, because if I didn't watch the games, then I will show, and I don't want to let those two down that have given me an opportunity. I better fucking sort my shit out and come correct and have something to add. Because if I just come in, oh yeah, bro, hey, yeah, what about the Grizzlies, just to make it up? But nah, I've got to fucking really actually, and I do that in my spare time, I suppose.
I think you bring a different dynamic too, because you're ex-coach.
Yeah,
and you come with that kind of.
Yeah, I think I'm right in the middle of both of them.
And it's a good fit because you got Casey Frank, ex-player.
Yeah.
You got Mulligan, who's a journalist.
Yes.
And, he's a fan.
Right in the middle, yeah.
And, your ex-coach, being in the industry, in the basketball.
And I drop some gems sometimes. Yeah. But, like, I have to check myself, too, because it's Casey Frank, and I'm like, the dribble handoffs when they run the Euro set, and he's looking at me like, shut the hell up. You don't know shit. Nah, he doesn't. He's pretty good. He's great, Casey. He's awesome. But, no, it's been a great opportunity. Again, like Paxar Sadi was on that show, and then he got really busy. He got very, very busy because he's doing his producing. And so, Mulligan just hit me up, and he's like, brother, would you like to give it a shot? I said, yeah, of course. And I was busy as that Friday when they asked me. I was so fucking busy, and I dropped everything because I was like, this is an opportunity to pick the brains of some of the best, two of the, basketball gurus no, I don't want to say gurus, but like broadcasting gurus in New Zealand. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It's cool to sit there. Like I'll sit there sometime and just watch, and I'm like, fuck, this is buzzy. Like shit, I listen to these dudes on the breakers all the time. So yeah, and it's cool that I get to stretch my basketball knowledge a bit as well.
Yeah, because the breakers lost the final. Went up to game 5, eh?
Yep, I was over there for game 5.
But you were following the games, like going back and forth.
Oh, just for that fifth one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I did the Breakers game 1 and game 2 and 4 over here, and then Sky flew me over for game 5. Crazy, bro. 18,000 people, bro. It was fucking nuts, bro. And like the way that place is, the way that their place is set up, it's quite like Staples Center a bit, because it's almost like they're sitting on top of each other, like the way that it's set up. So it's just down, like, and you're in the bottom, and yeah, it's hard to move around though. It was very, very busy, so I couldn't go and do my normal breaker stuff where I go and muck around and bring Tom Scott and shit like that. Yeah, but no, it's been cool, bro. The Breakers had a great season this year. Yeah, because
now I think Sky is locked in with the New Zealand League now, eh? The New Zealand Basketball League.
They're kind of, they don't own it, but they're very, very like naming rights and everything.
It seems like they're going to go hard out with the commentary and the
for me
and the footage with the
NZNBL. Nah, they don't.
Are they? Because I think that's what we need, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I put my name forward.
Yeah,
but they already had their people already sorted out. So I just have to hone my skills. And this is the thing too, bro. And like that's what I really preach to. And I've talked to you about this too. Is that like it's just about patience and waiting for the right time. And people will come to you. The right people will come to you, and the right people will see your content, and the right people will get. And I don't mean to go all like, I'm not trying to go all churchy or anything. And it's not about that. It's just about like. Yeah, I know you'll be ready when it's time to be ready. I know that sounds really fucking preachy, but it's true, man. Like I couldn't have done Kroger's Wild if it wasn't for the shit that I did on the bakery run, right? So the bakery run taught me how to be in front of camera. It taught me how to come up with concepts and come up with ideas and put them into place and work on little steps there. So I wouldn't have had the success that I had on Crowd. I suppose you could call it success. People are watching it. if it wasn't for that stuff. Like I got a lot of people go, man, you're a natural at crowd. And I was like, well, actually, I've done 40 episodes of the Bakery Run. I did 200 something of the Provise project. I'm on radio every morning. Like I've been trained up. I put all those into practice. Like, you know, yeah.
And that's what makes you unique. You and Regan, because you guys
I don't
come
know
from
about
that.
Regan, bro. There's heaps of Regans out there. Look at Terrell. You make Terrell Tuffa Nuayan. It's pretty much the same person.
Because you guys come from that world. You guys didn't go through any like training and communications or like anyone else has done through journalism or anything like that, and you've just done it through passion. You know.
Yep, through passion and also through like just how can I say this? Like I knew I had something. Like I knew. Same with Reegs. Reegs knows, he knew beforehand that he had this knack for finding little wrinkles in society and to make something funny out of it. And he worked his ass off and did all these videos and, you know, cracked everyone up, grew a following. And so it was undeniable, you know, and it was just a matter of, you know, him, and he works hard, man. And the same thing with me, you know, and the same thing with others. But it comes down to the opportunities. And I feel that I hope that there's more opportunities for people that were in that space and like yourself in your space. Because you're sharpening your sword every single podcast you do. You're sharpening the sword up. You're out here, the whetstone, and you're just sharpening it up. And there's going to be an opportunity, but you just kind of have to. It's just about patience. Like you just have to wait, and it sucks because you're like, bro, look at me, I'm way better than. Like I used to say all the time, bro. I was like, me and Regan are way funnier than Jono and Ben. But at the same time, I don't know Jono and Ben's journey. Like I don't know what they had to get through to get to where they are. And you know, like I used to always say it on my podcast, and I felt like a real dick because they follow me on social media like all at the same time, and I was thinking, Father, they listen to my podcast? Are they just gonna, you know? But then I realized no, they saw my work on Crowd, and they were really like, okay, this guy's he knows his shit, like you know. So yeah, it's a buzzy experience, but it's all about patience, and I really hope that one day. You know, everybody that works hard, you know, they deserve to kind of have some payoff. And yeah, that's why I like coming to see you, brother, because you work fucking hard, bro. Like I see what you do. Like, and I know that, and I talk about you in rooms when, you know, like nobody's around, and I say, hey, bro, you got to check the West out. Like my bro's killing it. And because if we don't do that to each other and we don't help each other out, you know, you know, no one's moving anywhere. We're just fucking letting the same people get the same opportunities.
Did you and Reegs ever get any what kind
any
of
fights? Yes, no. Every fucking Friday. I hate them. So.
Any kind of response from the mainstream guys, like, you know, where we talked about you guys coming through social media and crossing over? Was there any? What were people saying? Like, man, were they amazed at your guys' journey? Because your guys' journey is different to anybody else. That's
100%.
Yeah,
especially in radio. Like,
and does it? And do you feel like it's got to change the way?
I think it's coming. I think it's honestly. I think me and Regan have kind of opened up we've opened up a portal. I suppose it's a very small one, but I think we're kind of proving that you don't need to go to radio school. And you don't need to do all these other things, just as long as, like, okay, so when you're in our radio show, you know, there's actually roles. Like, a lot of people don't know that in radio. So you think it's just two people talking, but they have roles, just like on a sports team. Like, if we're going to go basketball, you know, my job is the anchor. So my job is to be the point guard of the team. So I need to lead. I need to make sure everybody's getting enough time to speak. I need to make sure that, you know, I'm setting my players up to score. Regan is the shooting guard that scores all the time, you know, and because he's funny, and it's not me, I'm not making him funny, but I'm kind of, you know, putting him in a position where he can really kind of get going. And then, you know, like we've got Gabby that's just come on, and she'll be the other guard, she'll be the forward, right? And it's all about like sharing the sugar a bit and making sure everybody's getting theirs. And a lot of people don't know that. And if you look at my journey, it's perfect for somebody that is an anchor. I led my own podcast. I know how to interview very well. I know how to research. I know how to work. My teaching degree taught me how to plan. So I know how to plan. I'm motivated. And like I said, I know that this doesn't last forever. So I know that I need to take every opportunity as they come. And Regan is the same on his side of things. He knows how to crack a joke. He knows what hits in the grand scheme of things. Like he knows what's relevant to our people, and he knows what's funny, and he knows what's not. And that's perfect for somebody that needs to score all the time. So, but for everybody else that's seen that, they don't. Some of them don't know that me and Regan used to do that shit. They just think, oh, these guys are just off the street. But if you dig a bit deeper, then you kind of figure out, oh, it kind of makes sense. And that's the genius of Louis, like our boss. Like he approached me first, and he was like, and then I said, and then he said, oh, was there anybody that you think? And he already knew Regan. He knew Regan from years ago. And so, he was like, Regan would be perfect. And yeah, we did. We're kind of breaking the mold, I think. Yeah.
You know when you say it's not going to last forever, is that why you always check yourself when you say that?
Probably. Yeah, because people are so fickle. Like it cracks me up. And this is just humans. Humans are so fickle. They'll like you one day, and then you'll say one word that's wrong with it. You'll say no to somebody that asks you for something, and then they'll switch up. Not all humans, but there are there is an element of that in human nature, and you just have to kind of check yourself, and there's some opportunities. Sometimes you have to just jump into everything and just pop manus into these opportunities, and you can't just kind of, because I know for a fact, like the radio, there's like expiry dates for people like on the radio. If you're too old, you're not in the demographic, you got to move somewhere else. And at Niu, I'm really, really lucky because our demographic is different to, like I say, my. And in terms of the age demographic, like we're a little bit older, so I'm still like hanging on in there. But and same with Regs, and so we're very lucky to be there, and so I love it there though. We've had a lot of conversations about all the goings on in radio and stuff like that, but I wouldn't leave Niu for anything. And I owe that to somebody like Louis, who really, honestly, didn't need to take a shot on some hood rat kid that was in his garage interviewing people, but he did. And I need to make sure that he knows that I'm not mucking around.
Well, when I first heard you guys were going to be on Niu on the morning check, the first thing I thought was, man, you guys are going to jump in the ring with My FM and Flavor. Yeah. Because with you and Regs, and I was thinking, oh, that's a urban kind of, style kind of thing, and similar to the My Morning and a Flavor one. Yeah. So I was thinking, oh yeah, so there's going to be 3 now. Yeah,
and I think we've held our own, and you got to also remember too is that we have no training. We took a good 6 months just to, me and Regan have chemistry because we know each other well. We've created content together, and we both have that vision to do something bigger. And it took a little while for us to get going, but I feel like that we're competing at least. There's a radio have these it's weird the way that the ratings work for they do surveys and stuff like that for the radio, the GFK ratings, and it doesn't really reflect our demographic as much because our demographic South Auckland, West Auckland, a variety of ages and genders as well. So, but a lot of the places that they survey aren't really our places. So, or it's a weird one because, they have to do a survey. And a lot of our people, and we saw it in voting, we saw it in the census, we saw that some of our low socioeconomic places, and our people, the people that would listen to Niu FM, they've got to work 2 or 3 jobs. We don't have no time. We got to feed our family. We don't have time to sit down and say, oh yeah, it's 7:05. I was listening to this one. They don't have time for that. So we knew that, and now we go off engagement, and we go off our podcast numbers, and we go off all these different our callers, our text people, because that's who we're really doing it for. Yeah.
Shucks, man.
Do you listen though?
Sometimes.
Oh shit! Not the sometimes of the man. That's the podcast. We're done. We're fucking done.
Nah, because the music is for the kids. I'm too old. I find myself too old.
We got some music. Bob Marley. Okay, I'm gonna put some more Bob Marley on for you, brother. I'm gonna put some Brother Love on there, brother.
I did listen to the one when Cam came on.
Oh, bro, I love that dude. That's another dude that's like waiting in the shadows for something to happen. I love that dude.
He put a new video out today.
Yeah, I saw this great one.
I don't know what I meant though.
When I neither. When I was at the Warriors, that's all that went through my head was like, I better do this for Cam. Like, I got to do it for Cam. I got to make sure that I'm doing the Warriors properly, because every time I mention the Warriors on the radio, you always, don't be sad to the bros, don't be sad to the Waz, bro. And I'm like, far out. But yeah, he's another one, bro. Like as soon as an opportunity, and you see these killers out there that when the opportunity comes, they'll kill it. Like he's one of them. Yeah, and when that opportunity comes, man, I'm gonna be on the sideline cheering that dude on. Fuck, and he's so good. I got a lot of time for him.
Is Bakery Runs still alive or?
Yeah. So what happened with Bakery Runs is, we were supposed to film in January, and then the bro Will he's hot commodity now, bro. You know, and me too, but not like Will. Will's a busy dude. But we just waiting.
I saw him do a podcast. Hey, he started one.
Oh, yeah, he's doing like a vlog.
Vlog, yeah.
And then he's doing a lot of stuff for Shane Young and Navo Sterling and a lot of music stuff. So, you know, like I'm just waiting. It's still coming. Don't worry. It's still on the way. But and like the guests I can get on now are like way easier. Fucking hell. How many DMs did it take to get like Susie Kato? Like, fuck. I was like, hey, I was going through these people. Now I just hit her up. Hey, Susie, what are you up to? Want to come on the radio? Oh, yeah. So just stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But no, it is coming back. But it's hard. It's hard when he's busy and I'm busy, and we're trying to find somewhere in the middle to meet. And you know, he's traveling overseas, and I'm kind of I've got like shoots in the weekend. And yeah, so it's And then you know, like I've had like an intestinal problem for fucking years, bro. I just haven't told anybody about it, and I'm finally getting it sorted in about a month or two, and so that will leave me out of doing any food related stuff for a while. Right. Just so it heals. And then, just some ulcers and stuff like that in there. And
not because of the pies, was it?
No. It's because all of the beers. No. It's just I just getting it all sorted, and making sure I'm looking after myself a bit, and then it's so that puts us back a couple of months as well, but it's still around. And we're trying to get it on TV too. Like
I was wondering that, because I was wondering if you got approached by TVNZ or TV3 too.
Kind of, but nah. Like it was all like they'd approach me and say, hey, would you like to come and do it on our show? And I'll say, hey, no, sorry, it's both mine and my bro Will's thing. Because initially that's what they wanted me to do on Crowd Goes Wild, and I told them no, because it's not just mine, it's Will's as well. And, and then I've been approached by a couple of people. I got approached about Super Rugby to do like one for each team. But again, they wanted their camera people on and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, you got to stay loyal to the soil, bro. And Will's been riding with me from day one. So, I can't just be like, oh, yeah, bro, we'll do it. And then not include the bro somehow. So, yeah, that's it. You got to tiptoe around those kind of, and it's those ones where you have to tell people no, and you see how they actually are. When I tell people no, like, what do you mean, bro? We want to pay you X amount. And I'm like, nah, sorry, bro, that's not how it works. Like, it's a tag team here. We're the Usos, bro. You know, we're the New Day. We're the Demolition. Okay, the Legion of Doom. We ride together.
And I guess that's like trying to not be a sellout, but trying to protect your creations.
Yeah, but also not being a sellout. Like, and you're 100% right. I could have gone, like, if I was an asshole, I could have been. Well, I am a bit of an asshole sometimes. But if I was a straight snake, I could have been like, yeah, bro, and just done it, and then he would have seen it on TV. What the fuck is this, bro? And he rode with me before anybody, bro. Like, I'm literally, I don't want to say anybody, but he saw something in me, and he gave me a platform to give it a try and get better at stuff. And like, I get paid for Crowd Goes Wild now, so all of that money that comes in, is, like, he's not getting a cut of it, but but I'm saying, like, that's really because he really helped me out, and he got me to he put me in the gym. That's what I want to say. Like, he put me in that training gym, and he said, bro, whatever you want to do it. Let's film it. Let's see how we go and get better at that. And, like 40 episodes in, I just got better at it, and now I got an opportunity to relay it on a bigger stage. Just talking in front of a camera.
Because it's not just baker runs; it's your other creations too. What you've created.
Yeah.
Even the podcast you did, like you want to protect all that kind of stuff.
Oh, 100%. And people will come and try to leech off and try to, vampires will come and try and suck your blood a bit. But at the same time, if you just stay yourself, and it's easy for me to sit here and say that. Like I can easily go, if you just stay yourself. But bro, I got this. I'm like 38. I'm 39 this year. I'm 38, and I'm glad I got that opportunity now. Because if I would have got this same opportunity when I was 21, it would have been over by 23, 22. Because I would have fucked around. I wouldn't have known what hard work is. I wouldn't have known what like expectations of yourself are. I wouldn't have had high expectations of myself. I would have showed up, mucked around. Oh yeah, all goods, and then wondered, why am I not getting any more jobs? Like, why is it? And now that I know, like, fuck, bro, you got to work your fucking ass off. Otherwise, somebody else will come and take your crown. And that's what I've been doing for the last, 9-10 months. Is just working my fucking ass off.
It's interesting you talked about, it doesn't last forever. And I guess in that industry, it is true, eh? Like,
yeah.
Like
in radio, I think.
In radio, yeah.
In TV, I think it's a bit different. Because you can go and be a director and a producer, and, if you're in the ecosystem. And I'm really lucky I have people like Mulligan, and I have people like James McConey that I just ask questions, and I'm just like curious, and they're so open, and they're so I think they're so thankful that somebody appreciates that they have gems, and I want to pick up on those gems, and I'm appreciative too. So, but I think in radio, because there's not a lot of jobs in radio. Like, I had to think about it the other day. Like, mainstream, like in Auckland, there's New, there's Flavour, there's Breeze, there's there's more, there's maybe I'm going like 20 stations, maybe 25, I guess, on the top. And, each one of those stations have 10 to 15 like on-air people. So there's only 200 jobs, maybe 200, 300 jobs. So I'm very lucky to have one, and very fortunate to be able to, speak to people every morning, and have a laugh with my mate, one of my best mates, Regan, and and other people relate with it. But yeah, there is I don't want to say there's an expiry date for it, but there is, I reckon. Like, yeah, it slowly just creeps up on you, and you don't know. Yeah, or you get a bit, you get a bit big for your britches, and opportunities that you could have executed a little bit extra on those, and you chose not to, and that people see that and they go, maybe not.
Because how do you work around censorship?
Bro, we had this conversation at that summit thing, right? You get used to, I was all right because I was teaching, so I found ways to get around and not But yeah, and you know what? Regan is actually better. He's very well trimmed up when it comes to that stuff. He's fine. Gabby, on the other hand, oh my gosh, I got to kind of, she's only been with us for like 4 days, but she's learning the game too. But no, we're pretty good. I think we're a lot better than what I thought we would be. I was a bit worried, but I'm still working on being real kind of, free flowing without swearing, and we all are. But no, Regs is great. I thought, he'd be, and we're learning. But yeah, it wasn't that big of an issue. I thought it would be, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not just swearing; it's like what you say too.
Oh,
so I'm just thinking walking on eggshells, and sometimes
Yeah, but no. We just do it until we get in trouble. Eh? Yeah. Like that's what Louis tells us. He says, just do it until you get it, until I tell you not to do it, and then he'll tell us. Like he's talked to us a few times. I'm the inciter. I will find something and just put it out there, and I'll just watch the flames, just watch the fire burn, and then see where they're going with it. That's my job, is to kind of get things going. And yeah, I'm like that. I like to make trouble and then step back and watch what's going on. But we hardly ever, we haven't got in big trouble yet. Yeah, we got a couple of we did a segment called Shower Thoughts, where this is where we kind of got in trouble. This is the first time we were only on for like a week. And so we had this thing called Shower Thoughts, and it was all the shower thoughts. Like, have you ever thought, like, why don't people, like there's real stoner thoughts? And everything was going well, and we put the sound of a shower behind us, And Regan had to go, hey, man, I'll drop the soap. I'm just bending over. And then I was like, brother. And they go, oh, Tim. Like, you know, I'm like, fuck, here we go. And then me being me, you know, I had to back my bro up and keep going with it. And then, we got a bit of a, hey, bro, it's not on. And then that was it. That was the last time we ran Shower Thoughts. But yeah, I think we get away with a lot because I think the people that listen to us know that we don't mean it with any malice. Like, we're not trying to, you know, like that joke there. We're not trying to, you know, badmouth the LGBTQ community. But, you know, it's just a little gag. And sometimes we have to be a little bit wary. But other than that, you know, like we get away with stuff because that's our characters. Yeah, we like to dance on the tightrope a bit. But yeah, it's fun though. It's fun. It's fun to find out where the line is, you know?
Because I'm wondering, like, when you and Regan create stuff for your show or anything on radio, like, how does the network or your bosses know that's gonna be?
They don't. They just.
Or they know it's gonna hit.
Yeah, they trust that we're not going to be like Louis would trust that we're not going to be talking about. I was going to say dildos, but we have talked about dildos. Yeah. But you know, like we're not going to go over the edge. And like we've had a full year of not doing that, and you know that's a full year of us going, hey, like, you know, you can trust us. We'll be out the gate and we'll say a couple of things. Like, okay, here's one that we said the other day, right? So there was a story, and you get really good at telling stories while you're on. Okay, so there was a story about a man in Chicago that had got pulled over for a traffic infringement, and he gave the officer, this is a true story, he gave the officer a get out of jail free card from the Monopoly. And so you look at that story, so, you know, it's a basic story. Then you have to have what comes off that, right? So it was like, so if you had a card to get out of anything, what would it be? So, you know, it goes over the things. And so we're like, you know, our text line is undefeated when it comes to like out the gate shit. Like we can't say like some out the gate shit, eh? Anyway, so we say a couple and we take some of the words out and we mucked around. And then I said, oh, so Gabby, what would you want your card to be? She goes, oh, you know, just to pay all my bills. And then I said, well, isn't that your husband's credit card? And then that was like, oh. And then I asked Regan, I go, Regan, like, what would you want? And then he goes, oh, for someone to do my washing. And I go, wait a minute, isn't that why you got married? And I was like, you know, like it's like very borderline being disrespectful and misogynistic, but at the same time, our audience know we're just doing it just to get a bit of a giggle, and we're not doing it like, it's not like I don't seriously think that, but yeah, they're pretty good about that. But we're experimenting with that kind of stuff all the time. Every day is a new experiment. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you coping with the early mornings though?
Man, you get used to it. Yeah, you get used to it. You know, like the naps help when you have a nap in the middle of the day. Like today, I knew I had this on, so I went home after work, finished up at 11, had a 2-hour nap, hour and a half nap, got up, did my Krakows Wild shoot and came over because I knew I had to be late. But you have to be pretty onto it if you know that you've got stuff on. So yeah, but nah, it took about a good 6 months to get used to it. But yeah, I like to get in as early as I can, sort my shit out, make sure everything's on, because I'm the anchor and me and the producer work together, and so we have to kind of make sure that shit's done, and then, you know, Reese will pop in at 5:30 and 5:15, 5:30, and same with Gabby. So, you know, it's yeah, and again, it comes down to that work ethic. I just want to be the best at what I can be for this short amount of time that it might happen, you know.
And you guys are busy, man. Like I said before we jumped on the mics, Regan's always on social media.
Yeah,
you're always on TV.
Hold on. There's a bit of a difference between me and Regan, okay? Regan gets to go out and shoot with his mates. He does those things. That's busy. Yeah, that's busy, but I have to go and, you know, edit and fucking write scripts and things like that. So, but we're both, yeah, you are right. We're both busy, but different ways. And the producer, Coach West, he's busy too. Like, he's doing music and he's doing acting, and on top of that, he's doing all this stuff, and same with Gabby. So, but it's great that we have the morning so we can just get it done and then off we go. Yeah. So we have a little debrief and then we're out after about 11, 12:30, 10:30, 11. Yeah.
So when you're writing scripts, are you writing scripts for?
Oh, for like my intro for.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm also doing some script writing for like some sitcom stuff. So just on the side, yeah. little side project that I got going on, but we don't know. I can't really talk about it too much, but it's there. It's there. Yeah. Because I did some acting. I'm doing some acting too. Yeah, I'm trying to. Trying to do some acting, hugging trees and shit.
Yeah, I saw the hugging tree.
Hugging trees and shit, baby. Holler at me. I can hug any tree. That was funny. Those people hit me back up. They go, hey, man, we didn't realize that you're on social media, bro. Could you sort us out? Like, like share our stuff? And I go, send me a crate. And I got a crate and I gave it to everybody, like one box each. Like, a box of 6. I gave it they dropped the bag on us. And I say, send it to Niu FM. And I just gave a box to everyone for Christmas. I was like, here you go. Oh, sales. Here you go. Oh, you're in. Oh, here you go. I felt like Santa Claus. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But nah, shout outs to Good and Great. Shit.
Because that ad, you were getting teased a lot there.
I wasn't getting teased. I was just, It was just like a lot of people like, oh, shit, here's the bro. A lot of people just surprised. Yeah. I got a couple of other things that when it comes out, they'll be like, holy shit, how the hell did he get on that? And, but yeah, it's a bit secret. Can't really say it too much. Yeah, about June, July, I reckon. Yeah. But no, it's been pretty cool. It's been a cool journey.
You've been doing stand-up as well. Are you still pursuing that? Or?
Bro, I found, stand-up was cool. I did some stand-up. I did I just wanted to do it to say that I did it. And then I was like, you get a bit of a bug. Like, oh shit, like this is funny. Oh, this is good. I'm getting some laughs here. And then it's just a lot of work. Like I didn't realize how much work it was. I thought you just show up, you be funny, someone will go, he's funny, come on my next show. But now you have to really grind away at it. And I just didn't have the time. Someone said to me the other day, or when I was doing, there was a guy, shout out to my bro Matt. He goes, anyway, I was there and he goes, bro, like all of these comedians, they kind of are like doing all this to get to where you are, to get on TV and to get on radio. And he goes, why the fuck are you doing it? And I was like, actually, that's a great point. I don't know. I just like, it's good fun. But I don't know if it's something I want to keep doing. Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Because Joe Damon, he's doing well, eh?
Joe's doing really well.
He's because he was, I first heard him on your show.
Oh, yeah.
Ages ago when you had him.
I hardly ever see him or talk to him. He's just so busy. But yeah.
But he's another one that killed it. His journey is similar to you guys, eh?
Yeah.
Coming out from social media.
I don't know what I know that he's got a show coming out, but I don't really know what he's doing. Like, I know that he's doing things, but we don't really. Pax Asari is more like the dude that I'm looking at and I'm like, wow. Yeah. If you, bro, he's got some stuff coming up and you're like, wow, like, this dude's really out here in these Netflix streets. Like, he's really killing it. And no disrespect to Joe, like Joe's doing his thing, but yeah, Pax, I always, well, if there's anything that kind of shit, like I'll hit up Pax and I'll be like, hey bro, how can I do this? How can I do that? And yeah, there's a couple of others, man. There's this dude called Bailey Po Ching. Man, you should get him on your podcast, bro. He's the man. He's a comedian. Kura Turu Whenua is another one. She's an amazing comedian. She working for the Hui at the moment, and Courtney Dawson, and there's a lot of brown comedians coming up. I was so happy that it's kind of coming to fruition. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because one of the things you need to do as a comedian is write. And is that something that you've come to enjoy?
Yeah. I'm starting to really get into that.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot. Like Pax writes, he's been writing for his sitcom, and he's been helping me out quite a lot, just getting used to it, especially script writing. And it's cool. Like I did, when you do like little scripts and stuff like that. Like I did a couple of like social media stuff for like Logitech and stuff, and then I could flex there. I could try and write my jokes out, and it was pretty fun. I'm starting to really enjoy writing. And not chat GPT writing, just actual writing. Just real writing.
It's a good way to exercise your brain, eh?
Oh,
when you're putting your thoughts on paper.
And like Pro Goes Wild is just off the top. Like I don't plan nothing, except for the concept, but I just go at it because you never know what people will say. But yeah, it is something I'm learning, and I've done a couple of acting gigs in the last probably 6 months, and like learning scripts and learning your lines and shit like that, and seeing what all the things mean on the scripts. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
because I'm doing a little bit myself, and I find that the hard part for me is thinking that you just write about everything you're gonna do. and everything you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's hard because I think when you're creating, you just do it on the spot.
Yeah.
And you just do it.
Yeah.
There's no first step of writing it down first.
Yeah.
You tend to skip that part and just do
100%. Yeah,
but now when we have to write, it's like, okay, we're going to go back and write it. Oh, I'm not really used to it, eh?
Yeah. Look at you, bro, out here writing. Hey, my man. Chill, bro. Yeah, it is like that, but it's a blank canvas. You can go wherever you want with it, whatever you're going to do. So, yeah. But, it's a skill. It's definitely a skill that you have to keep working at. And, yeah, I'm slowly getting there.
Because I looked online how they write up like a screenplay. And I thought about these comedy skits to do, and I started to write it out. But then I didn't go far. But it's like, it's a good start. But it's a good way of...
It's a great start, bro.
It's a good way of, like, trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And then, like I said earlier, it's just sharpening the sword, brother. You're just sharpening the sword. It's just about getting it sharper and working it out. And so, yeah, I think we have to kind of, as people, like, be okay with just fucking failing. Like, it's all right. Like, it took me a little while. I used to always like to win all the time.
Yeah.
And bro, the day that I started going, actually, it's better if you learn and you lose, or you win and you move forwards. And the more that you lose, the better that you learn. And doing things out of your comfort zone like that, and something new, something different, it's all winning. Like, it might not be the funniest skit, or might not be the most dramatic screenplay that you've written, but you just get better at it, and the next one will be better. And yeah, it's an interesting concept that a lot of people kind of don't get. They want to be LeBron James straight out of high school, going to the Rookie of the Year kind of shit, like straight from St. Vincent St. Mary to the Hall of Fame. But it's not. That's not how it really works. That was a one-off anomaly. That was an outlier in society. And it's buzzy. But good on you, brother. Shit.
Because I didn't really know about all these talk shows in America and that. Like, they have these. They actually have writers, to write out. And I didn't even know that.
100% they got writers, and they got they do like pre-interviews and shit.
Yeah. And it's already written out by other people.
Oh man, 100%. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about this." And yeah, bro. Like, so yeah, fuck. That's my ultimate dream, though, is to be that dude. One day I'll get there. Be that guy.
Be a comedy writer.
No. Be talk show, like late night, like in America. That's my dream. Yeah, I'll get there one day. I just gotta keep being patient, keep working, keep pushing, do some stuff over here, hopefully get an opportunity somewhere else, and then boom, away I go. But I just need to be have faith in the process, and just keep fucking grinding it out, I
remember New Zealand did have goes of it. I think
Mike King had one.
Is it Peel? Yeah.
Peel still got one on Māori television.
Oh, is this one still going?
Yeah, it's still going. I think it's still going. I don't know. Mikey Havoc had one a while back. It's always there, but I don't think there's been one that's been relatable to just a regular person.
Yeah.
And it's always been trying to put like a different coat of paint on what the Letterman show is, which could work. But if there was something that was quite just for us and just for everybody, it'd be great. But who knows? I think Sports Cafe was probably the one that was the longest. Right?
Yeah, and that's what Craig Goes Wild reminded me of. Sports Cafe.
It's coming back that way. Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't want to say that. I don't know. I didn't really watch it beforehand. Like, I watched a little bits here and there, and I know who they were, but I didn't really, because I didn't have Sky, bro. I was like, when they were 5 days a week, they were like, "Oh man, did you watch this when we have 5 days a week?" I was like, "I didn't have Sky," and they're like, "What do you mean you don't have Sky?" Even to this day, I don't have Sky. Yeah, I watch little clips on it, but you don't get Sky if you work for Sky, which is, I think you do, but I just haven't had that conversation yet. But yeah, but the people there are great, bro. Sky is awesome. They've been great to me. Like, yeah, maybe I'm just saying that because I want to get a bit of a pay rise. Nah. Jokes.
I'm a consumer of Sky, and I have to say, I don't really like them. Like, I really didn't like their product for a long time. How they had the box. I think you and your mate Beast Mode talked about it.
Oh, did we? Okay. On what? On
one of your old episodes? No, on one of your old episodes.
I don't know, bro. You mean Sky in general?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like, I don't know.
What they pushed as a product.
As a Polynesian male, like, do you think it represents you? Ooh.
Not really.
Okay, why not?
Really. Not really. It's too white.
Yeah. What do you mean, bro? Justin Marshall, bro? Nah. Shout out to Justin.
It's so white. They even got Mills Molina talking white. That's how white Sky is.
Shout out to the bro Mills, bro. I had lunch with him the other day. Nah. But yeah. So that's the consensus, though.
I don't know. I think they need to. Oh, I don't know. I'm biased.
King, speak.
I'm biased because I'm into American stuff, right?
Yeah.
And if you watch those American sports shows,
let's go. For instance,
Undisputed.
Yeah, Undisputed.
If you go First Take.
Yeah.
See those personalities that come on there. Speak.
Who's a personality on Sky that you fuck with? See, just that pause is not enough. If you go First Take, bro, Stephen A, you go, you know them, right? It's that. Shannon Sharp, you know them.
Yeah. Because they go like they empty out the clip on the stuff that goes on. Like they don't. It's like to us, it's extreme. Yeah. Like there's too much for us. We can't be like that. We can't say how we feel. Stephen A. Smith. I want you. He told what's his name? Jason Williams off. I don't want to know how you think. I want to know how you feel. You know, so he told him off just on the show.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. But yeah, and you know what? Those people are hard to find too. Like, you know, because it's so embedded in us to be what that is in that box. But it is hard to. It's really hard to find people that are ready to just explode and be like that Stephen A. Smith, right? Or be that person. And I think one day, I mean, you know, it'll be whoever it is. It might be me. It might be someone else. I don't know. But I really hope that one day we get to that point because personality brings people back. People get invested in personality. If you have somebody and this is the personality, people will get invested with it, right? It will be like I want to know more about that person. And if it's just the same personality all the time, I know who that is. That's the same person that was. You know, they're not all the same, but yeah. It's I really do hope that, you know, like somebody, if not me, somebody gets a chance to do that. And I'm glad that Ruby is on the women's rugby. Yeah, yes. She's killing it there. She's doing a great job there, being herself. But yeah, it would be cool to get more Wahine Toa in there, and you know, yeah, and just slowly get it. But you know, it's not as like a lot of people like yourself. You're like, oh man. It is hard to get things like ideas over the line. Not just there, it's TVNZ, it's everywhere, you know, because it's got to go through the process. And
that's where I think where it stops.
Where it fails, yeah.
Where it fails, because what they think is probably not what people want.
Yes.
You know? And it's not just sports things, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned Johnny and Bill. Look at how much shit programs they're on TVNZ.
Johnny and Ben is, you know, like, and... you know, I use them as an example, but there's a couple of other ones that are just on everything, and you know, it's kind of like a trusted product. You know what I mean? And yeah, and sometimes production companies, and this is what I've learned too. It's hard to kind of break the mold because production companies know what will sell, and I put the earmarks over that because they know that they can sell John Owen Ben. They can go, okay, John Owen Ben. The last thing they did, or whoever, the last thing they did was really well, so we'll bring them back for this. Same with Celebrity Treasure, and you know, like they bring back the same people because they know that they did well on. Because it's pretty easy. Oh, sorry, what's the word I'm talking? It's hard to find somebody that is okay in front of the camera, can light up the screen, and you know, you'd be surprised. You probably think, oh yeah, I know the funny guy at work. He'd be great on there. But you put a camera in front of them and go, and then it's like, ooh, yeah. And that's what I was talking about Bakery Round. Like I got that opportunity where it wasn't so pressure filled. Like I didn't get if you're not funny, you're not coming back. Yeah. So, but yeah, I used to be that too. I used to be like, oh fuck, bro, why we got fucking the same thing all the time? Blah 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 blah. But it's really like the consumer.
Maybe Crowd Goes Wild is a good direction.
But I'm really lucky. Like the producer for Crowd Goes Wild just lets me be me. Like he's not trying to change me. Like Ra is not trying to change me into putting me in. Here's what works for this person. You need to do the same thing here. And so I'm very lucky. But I can't say I've been in trouble for being too colorful. Like I've been told too colorful, bro. We need you to turn it down. And I've had to be like, yo, I only have one gear, and it's like go. Like it's not I can't slow down. Like I could change it up, but that's not who I am. And then but you never know, bro. Like I really hope people like Cam and like Regan and like, Wolfgang and Terrell and all those people. I don't know, Andre Skrilla. I hope that they get an opportunity, Sonny Jim, that they get an opportunity to shine like I did, and to have that opportunity and kill it. Because the more that they get in, the more that others will be able. It opens the door just a little bit more for others.
100%, because they are us.
100%,
and they are themselves.
Yeah, and they don't change for
No.
they don't change for someone to go, hey, could you speak a little bit? Like, no, sorry, that's me. So yeah, and yeah, so and shout outs to like ones like Baba, who's Tina from Turners.
Yeah.
Baba is absolutely amazing and funny and just fucking out the gate, and she's just unapologetically herself, and that's what I love about us as just people from South Auckland, West Auckland, and and GI and things like that. It's just we just need opportunities. That's all.
Are we? Do you think because we're so much of a minority, that's the reason why they don't need too many of us in mainstream? Because it's more.
I think it's changing.
Audience.
I think it's
changing.
I feel that it is, but not fast. But it is changing. But yeah, I want to say yes, but at the same time, like I've seen some changes. I've seen people like, and it really comes down to. And here's the other thing too. That kind of, I'm not going to say pisses me off a little bit, is that like when people do get opportunities. Let's say let's say Regan. No, let's say Dre Skrilla, right? Dre Skrilla's on that bouncers thing that Joe did, right? Like, we need to celebrate that and be like, and I'm to blame too. I haven't shared any of their stuff, and it's for no reason why I'm just like, oh fuck, I haven't got around to it yet. But we need to start celebrating these achievements in our own communities and like sharing that shit and saying this shit is going to pop. Like, I can't wait to watch this. That's all it takes. One share, like Regan on Duck Rockers, like just put that there and say, hey, that's just the norms. Oh, his name's not that anymore. That's Regan. Hey, this guy's the man. But we don't get that because we're too cool to do that shit. And we're too cool to like celebrate other people's achievements. We're too fucking cool. And it sucks because that's what's actually holding us back more than anything. Is that, fuck bro, we're not willing to, if you are invested in somebody's personality and you're invested in their journey and in their thing, man, we should be sharing as much as we can and putting it out. And it's not even about, I've got a big fucking following, blah, blah, blah. If you've got fucking 30 people that are following you, that's firstly, those 30 will see it, but also like the algorithm in Instagram and Facebook and will see that, people there's another person that enjoys this video. We're going to send it to a little bit more people. And, like it's really sad that, sometimes we're just too cool to do that. I'm not, man. I'm just like, if I see something really cool and I see somebody that I have invested my time and my effort into, and they have an amazing clip, or they reach out to me and they say, hey man, I got this coming up, and I know them. Don't just fucking anybody, like if and then I'm like, of course, because I want that person to shine. And I think we need a little bit more of that in our society, especially with our Māori Pacifica. But, like just start raising each other up, because, the other side aren't. Like, yeah, the other side are not going to do it for us. So we need to start doing it for each other. Like, there's a couple of people that I'll share instantly. Cam's one of them. Regan's one of them. West is one. The Western Guide is one of them. Like, because I'm just like, I want to see those people on a bigger platform. Wolfgang's another one. Terrell, like, well, not really Terrell. Sometimes Terrell, but he's. But I mean, like those smaller ones that need a bit of a. And they probably came out bad. I love Terrell. He's the man. I love his concepts. I love everything he does. But we do need to lift each other up a bit, and including like yourself. Like I need to start, people need to see what you're doing and chuck that out, because you put a lot of effort and time into that shit. And people don't think that. They just think it's a 30-second clip on your fucking Instagram. But that 30 seconds took a while, like to get the audio off, the video off, put it in, render it. Like, it takes a while. It's not, and we just need to celebrate that, I think.
Do you miss doing that, your podcast?
I tell you what I do miss. I miss gaining knowledge off people. I miss hearing other people's stories and gaining some idea of how they got through that. I miss, you know what? I do miss it. I miss the process of it. I miss having to a deep dive on people and figure out, that would be a good way of putting that question together, and the jigsaw puzzle of putting questions together. I do miss the other thing that the thing I don't miss about it though is the time and the effort and cutting shit and all that stuff that we talked about earlier. It's just like, man, that gets to a point where you're just like, bro, like I think I need more people to share this shit, like, so I feel, but I do miss the actual process of it.
You definitely learn from other people, and then that's why
bro,
I love it. That's why I love it, because I love talking to people.
1,000,000%.
I love listening to people's stories and learning from them.
Did you watch Heroes, bro? You remember that one? It was a TV show.
Oh, the superheroes.
Yeah, there was this dude called Sylar, bro. Do you remember him? No. Sylar was the bad guy, and he would go around and he would use a laser on his finger, and he would take people's brains out and take bits out of their brains and eat it, and then he would gain the knowledge. It's kind of like that, bro. Like, he used to go and take other people's superpowers from them. Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, bro, that was why, like you learn so much from other people, and you take their experiences, and it adds to a couple of things. But I do miss the art of interviewing, 1,000,000%. And because Crowd Goes Wild, you got 15 minutes, and you got you need to get in there quick and get what you have to say and get out. And
so how that dynamic there? Because obviously you have to. There's a time limit. How have you transitioned that? Like,
with athletes?
Yeah.
I just charm them so much that they don't want to go. That's my trick. I charm them with my funny shit, and I'm a bit of a charming dude, bro. Like, I know I'm a bit of a witty chap, and I'm a lovable chap, and I get everybody else will get, like, the Breakers, for instance, is a perfect example. We would line up, and it would be like News Hub, the Herald, stuff. Be all these people lining up, and they'll line up. And then there's me with a bag of cookies, and I just go right into line at the airport, just waiting for them. And do you want a cookie, bro? Oh, thanks, Tim. Hey, bro. And I'll just put the mic in it, and I'll just have a chat with them. And, you build that rapport, and then little do you know that, they only give you 5 minutes, and it turns into like 15, and then that turns into 20 because he wants to talk to you about stuff, and then you gain a little bit of traction there, and then, you gain a rapport with people, and then every time they see you, they're like, oh, yeah, mean. Oh, Tim's here. Okay, I'll chat with him. You don't even have to ask. They just come and see you. Yeah. And they're like, hey, brother, how you been? And then they follow you on social media, and then they start getting like, oh, I know that guy. I see his stories every day. I see him being a funny dude. I see this. And then they kind of just buy into it, Yeah. Shout outs to the Breakers, by the way. Shout outs to Modi Mayor, bro. That's my G. Modi Mayor is my guy, man. He loves me. And it's vice versa. I love that guy. There's the coach.
I remember, when you're just talking about, like, trying to help out people and that. I remember having a conversation, and we talked about learning off our guests and that. I had a conversation with Kiss the Floor, that guy?
Oh, yep.
So, man, he's awesome, eh?
Oh, cool.
Like, because he was talking about how when you're from the hood and you get out of the hood and you be successful, it's important to come back to the hood to give back, because it shows the other people in the hood that you can do something good for your community, and that's a way to stop that cycle of not helping.
Yeah.
And
what constitutes out the hood? That's the thing. What is the hood?
Like, he was from Otara.
I'm from Clendon. It's just
I'm
still in Clendon.
And he was talking about how he became a wrestler, pro wrestler, went to Japan and did this thing, coming back and just helping out, stuff like that.
But my thing is like I get it, because you get if it's a suburb thing, then that's cool. Like, you come back, you give. But if it's a monetary thing, in terms of the hood being how much money you have or how much opportunity, like, coming, getting a new house and things like that, then but I think, bro, 100%. But it's what you give back to, like, where you give back as well. Like, it's cool. The concept is great. But it's kind of, it can be quite vague. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be a vague thing where it's like, you need to, like, for instance, and it's stuff that you don't need to put on camera. Like, You know, like, yeah. Like when I go to games to interview people, I don't go to the corporate boxes. Like, why the fuck would I go there for? I'll go there for a laugh and to like kind of poke fun at them for like, you know. But yeah, man, I'm going to the south benches at the Warriors, bro. That's where the hardcores are, and that's where you get the gold. But anybody else won't go there because it's like, oh, it's, you know, like, oh, I don't know. But that could be seen as giving back to the hood, right? I'm going back and I'm interviewing our people that are the real ones. And but yeah, it's an interesting concept. I see there's merits to it, but at the same time, bro, like, yeah, I think, you know, like Beulah, I interviewed Beulah Koale. Beautiful soul, amazing man. And he said, like, sometimes, like, when you open the door for people, sometimes they don't want to come in, and you just have to accept that. And you can give people opportunities all you want, and you can do what you have to. But if they're not ready to kind of take it on, then you can't. It's kind of the same as lead a horse to water type thing. Because, you know, he opens up some doors for people and they don't want to come in. And then he's like, okay, you're just not ready for it, and move on. He's a great man, Beulah. I got a lot of time for him. But yeah. And no disrespect to the bro. I'm just saying, you know, like, yeah, it's a valid point. But it's really, what does that mean? Like, give back to the hood. You know, we can get back in ways of going to the Duffy Book assemblies and helping kids with reading. We could do it with paying for somebody's, you know, MIT Polytech stuff. We can do it in different ways, but you know, what really constitutes as that, I don't know.
As long as you say a good example.
Yeah, man. Like I'm still in Clinton. I'm still 267 CLD to the death, brothers. But you know, like, and it's not a choice. Like I could have got, you know, it was a choice, but like at the same time, you know, yeah. And people will see, like people know Regan's from Mangere, right? They see him doing these amazing things just on his phone. He doesn't need, you know, all the flash gears, just on his phone and on his laptop. And he's, you know, they know he's from Mangere. They know that's who he is, and he reps it 100%. Everybody knows when they tell me, then they go, where's your favorite bakery? Fucking without any, I'll ask you, bro, where do you think my favorite bakery is?
Clinton.
It's fucking it's Clinton. I went on the fucking project and said it was Clinton. Like, and the next day, that dude he said he made, you know, like a Min who runs his Clinton Bakery. I went on the project on a Friday night and I said, Clinton Bakery is the best bakery ever because it's my home. Yeah. That dude got like quadruple his sales in one day because of that. And that constitutes giving back to the hood, right? So I think it's just not forgetting where you come from and repping where you're from, bro. Like, shit. Like, if you're from Watara, you rep Tin City to the death, man, you know? Just like anybody else would. Like, Sid Diamond does the same thing, you know? And it's, but it's cool. Like, yeah. And I'm the only dude repping Clinton, like, to be honest. There's probably a couple others, but on that platform, I'm the only one that's like, yo, Clinton. Like, everybody needs to get down to Clinton. I've made Clinton, like, kind of pop a bit. Like, I've got a lot of people, like Mose used to say to me, bro, I didn't even know where Clinton was until, like, I met you. And not because it's just a little blip. But at the same time, like, I did it because the people there are amazing and they're great. And yeah, there's a couple of, you know, like everywhere, there's the odd one here and there, but they're good people too. They just haven't had the opportunity to shine as much as anybody else has, or to find their passion or anything like that. So, but yeah, I love the hood, bro. I love representing the hood. And I think that's, like, any chance I have, I rep South Auckland. And, you know, I tell people, like, when people ask me, I just say, I'm from South Auckland. Yeah, hard out.
Yeah, that's the point. Because especially the representing the different suburbs, because you don't get much of that, eh?
No.
Like for me, when I think about people who have been successful and talk about where they're from, it's a general thing. I'm from South Auckland.
Yeah, but it happens out here. Like, Avondale is Mallow Downs and Tom Scott. Like, you know, but there's not...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's who represents Henderson? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's representing Grey Lynn? Or Grey Lynn, you know? And it depends on the bubbles that you are in, right? So if you're into hip hop, you know that these people are from where, you know? But for me, I'm just like, there's nobody representing Clinton. There's nobody representing my hood. you know, like Biola Koale, right? He's from Otara, and he rips it everywhere he goes. And he's been out of the hood for ages, but he still comes back to the hood. He'll still be he'll go to Dawson Road and have a feed there, and his mum and dad are still there, and he'll come back. He'll go to the schools that he went to, you know, like Tamaki College and shit like that. So, yeah, shout outs to people that do that. It's fucking mean. Yeah.
How's the hoodie anyway?
Hood's good.
Yeah.
Hood's I'm just still in Clinton, and then just yeah.
Has your family moved back from?
Nah, they're still in Taranaki. So my missus and my kids are in Taranaki. We just bought a house down there.
Oh yeah.
Which is a big thing for us.
So how often do you go down?
Every second week, hopefully. But if I have stuff on, like I'll figure it out. Works really good with it. They're just like, if you need to take the Friday or you need to go down, just let us know. So yeah, and I can do the show remotely, so I can go down to Taranaki and get on a Zoom and do it if I need to. I haven't had to yet, but I'm probably going to need to soon, like going down and moving and stuff like that. But it's hard. I can't lie. It's pretty hard with them being down there and, you know, not seeing my kids grow and get older. But at the same time, you know, they know that I'm up here. You know, I'm sacrificing my time with them. But ultimately, they're sacrificing their time with their dad so I can come up here and, you know, work towards my dream and make money for us. So, yeah. But, I drive down every Friday after work, or every second Friday.
How long is that trip?
It's like 4.5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice, man. You can catch up on podcasts. You can catch up on. You get a book in there, get an Audible in there, get about a half an Audible. You know, you can kind of like I use it to get better, you know, and to water my brain with something that's not just you know, Diggy Dupe and Swit It on repeat, which is amazing, by the way. Shout outs to Diggy Dupe. Here we go.
Man, I hardly listen to music anymore. Yeah.
Bro, you need to get onto this New Zealand hip hop shit, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, before I was on Niu FM, I knew a little bits of everyone. I was a big Swit It fan. I love Swit It, INF, and Tom Scott. Tom Scott is my all-time favorite MC, and I got to just hang out with the motherfucker. He's a fucking great dude. But
he did the meanest freestyle on the show.
Bro.
Man, when I saw it on social media, I was like, damn.
Bro, I'm not even lying. Okay, and might come off, but I went to the car after work and I had a cry, bro. I was just like, I'm so lucky to witness that. Because he's my favorite rapper. He's my favorite rapper. B, that was the second time I met him. First time I met him, I was like hanging out with Regan, which means you drink a little bit. And I was a bit all over the place. And I think, I fucked it up. He's thinking I'm like that all the time. This is the second time I saw him, and he was just amazing. And yeah, and he was everything I thought he would be, you know, just a nice dude, extremely talented. And then, that clip went gangbusters, eh? Yeah, and so it should have been. He's just gifted. Yeah. And then I got to hang out with him at the Breakers, and we did two little concept little things with him being my audio engineer and then him being my hydration specialist, just to kind of get him on, because he just wanted to come to the game, and I was like, you can come to the game, bro, but you got to get onto my bit here. And he's like, yeah, bro, sweet ass. Yeah.
You know, Tom Scott, man, like when I saw him when I saw him on the show about to split, I was like, okay, man, this is gonna be mean, because I've seen the few people that come on, but I've never like really listened hardly. But when he came on, I was like, okay, this is gonna be mean.
So that's the 4 Bar Fridays is a segment that we do on Fridays, where myself, Regan, Coach West, Gabby, we do 4 bars each, and then we do 4 lines of a rap, and then the rapper does the end, right? And yeah, it was special. He's been great. Spike and INF from Swit It have been amazing. Mellow Downs, Diggy Dupe, like they've all kind of Diggy Dupe was the actual dude that came on and like lit it up. He was just like, I see what you guys are doing. Leslie's another one that did well too, but he was the one that's like, okay, rappers are gonna. That's what he said. He says, hey, rappers are gonna rap and put the beat on, and we did it, and that's what we always say now when we're like, rappers gonna rap, I guess. And yeah, 4 Bar every Friday we do it. Yeah, and it's we had Susie Cato on for it.
Sorry.
Yeah, she was great. And but yeah, so it's and that's the beauty of radio too. You can just make something up and see if it works or not. And we saw it. It started working. Regan's a rapper. Regan's musically amazing, and I'm not a rapper, but hey, I'll give it a try. And it's been really cool. Yeah, and but that Tom Scott one, like top 5 moments of my life being in there. Because he's just like looking. There's a part he looks at me and he goes, "Thank you for making us all laugh." And then he looks at Regan and he's like, "When life gives us a kick in the ass," like, and I'm like, "Bro, it's so cool that he's kind of like he props us up." Yeah, and he said something about Uncle Sam being on, who was on Niu FM a long time ago. And for him to come on and shout out Niu FM, shout out us, it gave us some notoriety, but it also gave us some credibility that we're not just here to fucking do us a rap, bro. Like, oh, bro, give us some freestyles. We respect the art. And we say, you choose the beat, give us the beat, go for it. Yeah, and it was beautiful. Yeah, it's a great clip. Yeah. Yeah, no lie, man. I went to my car and I had a little sob because I was like, how the fuck was I? This is my favorite rapper. And he's just being amazing. And he's putting effort in. Like, he put so much effort into that. It was just amazing. And I don't know if it was a lot of effort because he's so talented. But just to be there and watch him. And I looked over at Regan and he looked over at me. It was actually... he was supposed to come on my birthday. And Regan set it up. But he didn't show up because his son was a bit sick, so he couldn't come. And so I didn't know it was going to be a surprise for me. And then he said, "Oh, hey, this is what we were going to do, but he's a bit sick." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, Regan. That's such a nice gift." And then he came back on in November and did that thing. So, yeah, shout out to Tom Scott, man. Fucking genius. The best rapper alive, I reckon.
He was the man when he was with Homebrew.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing they had a live New Zealand Herald live studio show.
Oh, yeah.
Him and... what's funny? I don't know what the other two did. There's Tom Scott doing all the singing, all the rapping.
The
one guy did the beats, eh?
Has did the beats and has beats. The other guy came on. His name's Louis. Yeah, he came on. He would do some ad libs and he would kind of do a couple of bars here and there. Yeah, he's the man, Louis Silk. Shout out to Louis Silk. Straight up Everdale, baby. But yeah, and then Tom went away and did at Peace, and then he did Avondale Bowling Club after that. Did a couple of other things, but yeah, I've had some good chats with him around, just progression and life. Yeah, he's a very insightful man. Yeah, my favorite, bro, hands down. Yeah, I still listen to Homebrew last week, like every month at least, and the Homebrew album and some of his older stuff. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Tom Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, I should really get back into listening to what's new out there. Music.
I'm telling you, bruh. It's getting like that.
Too many audiobooks, too many podcasts.
That's good. You can split them up once in a while. Sam V, he is.
Oh yeah,
bro. Sam V is another one, bro. I got a lot of time for Sam V.
He's got pipes, man.
Yeah, bro. That motherfucker. I'm doing a show. Me and Regan are hosting his last show in New Zealand. He's moving to the States.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a gig over there?
He's going to try and crack it over there. And he should. It wouldn't take too long. He's so talented, but he's another motherfucker that's just a fucking beast.
Because when I hear him, I think of old school R&B.
Oh, bro.
That sound, eh?
Right.
He's got that sound.
It pisses me off too how good he is. I won't give him a hiding. Nah, he's good. These are nice mics you got here, bro.
Huh?
These are nice microphones you got here, bro.
Yeah.
The Shores. Are they Shores?
I couldn't afford the big ones.
The old Michael Jackson one. Well, it's SMB7B or whatever the fuck it is. That's what Spell calls them, the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Spell. Shout out to DJ Spell. He's on Twitch and everything else. He calls them the Michael Jackson. Oh, they've got the new Michael Jackson ones. But yeah, bro.
Since you've had your podcast and now you're doing radio.
Yeah. What
do you think is the biggest difference between the two?
It's the timing.
That's
all it is. It's timing. Like so you have 3 to 4 minute breaks, right, in between songs. And, you stretch them out, but it's being the anchor. It's all about timing and keeping things nice and tight and keeping things on board and hitting marks that you need to hit. And yeah, it's a lot different. Like, I thought it would be a breeze. I'm not going to lie. I can talk shit. I can talk. I can keep a conversation going. I'm good at asking questions, blah, 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 blah. But it's not how it works because, I mean, we had LeVar Ball on today. I could have talked to that dude for ages about basketball, but I need to know that I'm the point guard. It's not my job. You know, it's my job to get in, have a couple points here and there, but the main thing is to let my forward and let my guards score, right? Let my shooting guard and my small forward, my 2 and my 3 score. And, you know, like putting them in positions where they can, you know, and we'll write questions for them and stuff like that. But
is it done on the fly or is it planned beforehand? What goes in
questions?
between? What goes in between the
the
music?
Yeah, everything's planned. Yeah, you have to know. Like everyone has a turn, and everyone has their time to go. And my job is to set it up, bring the song out, set them over to Regan or Gabby, let them do their thing, bring it back to me, go into a song. And, you know, it's not like that all the time. Like, yeah, I'll get in and give my perspective on things. But ideally, it's my job's bring it in, say the time. Yep, the time's 6:30. Hope everybody's feeling good. Hey, Riggs, what are we talking about? And Riggs will come in. Hey, bro, we're talking about blah, 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 blah. What do you think, Tim? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Okay, man, we want to know what you want to know. We want to know what you have to say. Text us through, blah, blah, blah. Give us a call. And then straight back into the next song. And then you do that again. It's very repetitive, but you get a bit creative with it. Yeah.
What was LeVar Ball like?
He was all right.
Is he the same as who he is?
I think he made his match with me here.
Oh, did he?
I think he found. I think he thought like everyone was just going to be, so LeVar, how are you? What are you doing in Auckland? And I was just like hyping him up the whole time. That's the king. That's the king of Juno Hills right here. I was, because you can tell he's a professional wrestling like fan. Oh yeah. Because the way he spits is like a promo. Everything's a promo. Like you fake it in a $3 bill, man. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, yeah, this is my guy right here. And then I went. It was like a promo, but I had to check myself and go, it's not about me. Like in my head, I'm like, hey, you need to shut the fuck up, Tim. You need to get Regan and you need to get Gabby some time in. So, yeah, but no, he was good. I was hyping him up and he goes, I like you, man. I like you. I like that man right over there. And I was like, thank you, brother. Thank you, my bro. Yeah.
So what's he doing now? What's he promoting?
Bro, I don't know.
Because I saw him wearing the Warriors jersey on the game. I was thinking, hey, what the hell? That's fucking random.
What was he doing? He was, I think they're looking to take people, he's looking for some basketballists to take over back to the States. But
well, that's good. They came to New Zealand.
Yeah, he went to Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, and good on him, man. Like, it's good to, you know, a lot of people are like, oh shit, it's LeVar Ball. And, you know, it's like, great. But at the same time, bro, like, you know, he's just looking for basketball players and, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, we've got a lot of players over in the States at the moment, so it's another avenue. There's not a lot of numbers there. You can't take 500 over, but you know it's good. Yeah, it's good on him for coming over.
Be keeping up with the NBA still?
Yeah,
you're
I have to. I have to. My Knicks, bro. Our Knicks. Are you jumping on the bandwagon, bro? We're doing so well. Bro, I talk about it all the time on the Straight Dribble podcast, and sometimes I just want to be like, you guys need to shut up because the Knicks are winning, baby, and when the Knicks are winning, the league is winning.
You know the podcast you're on now, the NBA one.
Yeah.
Are you just allowed to say whatever you want?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just say whatever the hell I want to. I do. I don't know if others do, but yeah. It's not, Miles just lets us do what it's, like he's the anchor of that. Like he's the one. And so, you know, I just say what I want. But yeah, I'll watch the games, the condensed games, the important ones. And I'll just keep up on NBA Reddit and have a look at things that are happening and, you know, a couple of podcasts here and there. But it's hard because you don't want to regurgitate what you've heard somewhere else. You want your own shit. So, but there's a couple of things that, like, you know, you'll say it. Like, there's been a few times, like, I'll say it and then I'll listen to a podcast later on. It's exactly what in my head I'm like, fuck, bro, people are going to think I'm just copying off fucking this one or Bill Simmons. But it's, you know, you run out of, Like, let's say like the Celtics, I was like bad mouthing on the Celtics. I was like, bro, they're just not a good team anymore. Like, they were good at the start of the year when Jason Tatum was picking his balls up, but now he's deferring and now blah, 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 blah. And then I go to the Bill Simmons podcast. He's saying the same shit. I'm like, fuck, bro, I hope people don't think I'm just copying fucking Bill Simmons. But yeah. But no, I think it's in my blood now. I've been an NBA fan since I was like six, so it's been there for a while. So, you know, can't get off the bandwagon now.
it's funny you said that because some of the sports ones we do here, like the rugby one and the rugby league one, you get the same. I get the same things too.
Yeah,
like I listen to the boys talk about it, and then when I go watch the breakdown, they're talking about some similar stuff. So I'm thinking, the only difference is it's the way we talk. It's a Polynesian perspective. That's the thing. It's our flavor of how we talk. Being from where we are.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Do you like the breakdown? Are you a fan of the breakdown?
That's the only show we've got for rugby in New Zealand.
Is it? Is it?
I don't really enjoy it much compared to because I watched the Australian one, the Australian version.
Oh yeah.
They've got Sonny B. Williams down there. He's
okay.
Man, he's cool, man. He's the man.
And Paul, is that the one with Paul Gallen or no? Is he on, or is it the league one?
No, that's the league one.
Okay.
But the one with on Fox over there with NRL 360.
Oh yeah.
Because they've got ex-players, they've got journalists and fans.
Oh.
And that dynamic is pretty good. That's a pretty good balance. It's similar to what you got on your podcast.
Yeah.
And I think that's
that's cool.
I think that's what breakdown needs. Not just ex-players.
Yeah.
Just ex-players' perspective.
Yeah.
You need a sports journalist to be there.
I'll tell you who I really like is Stanaway. What's her name? Stanway? What's her first name? I should fucking know this because she's following me. Kristen Stanway.
Yeah.
Stanway. She's great, man. She's a nice person too. All the wahine at Sky are amazing. Like there's a few that are like, man, they're so, yeah. And it's cool to see them in that space to help and to get that. And she holds her own, bro. I was like, yeah, go sis. Her, there's Coco. There's man. Do you know she's on a show with us. Taylor Curtis. She's great too, man. When she talks about rugby, man, it's like, wow, like she's fucking going in. And I love that. Like, I'm like, you can tell someone's passionate about something, how they speak on it. And not by the knowledge that they spit, but just the energy that they have. When it comes to rugby, man, she's great. Yeah. And it's the same with watching like Storm talk about netball. It's like, she was so happy that I was doing a netball story today. And I was like, oh yeah, man, like, oh, that's so good. She comes over, are you upset that you took because the Lava, I was like, hell no, like, you go, like, I'm good, I'm going to go and do this. Okay, it's cool. But she's so passionate about what she loves and she gets to share it. And, like I felt that way with basketball, with Breakers. And, I'm just hoping that, like I can, keep that perspective of a fan, a normal person, And
that's a perspective, Bill Simmons always comes across. Oh yeah, the fans' perspective is different to athletes.
Yeah, you're so right.
Or journalists' perspective. The fans' perspective is a thing that gets left out all the time.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, and I think like that's why I really like just going into the stands and interviewing them.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're bringing that up.
Because I never thought about that.
Because those conversations are different.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's all about top 10. Who's your favorite? Who's your best? Top 10 or whatever it is.
I think it's very surface, but in a good way.
Yeah,
it's a surface level conversation that needs to be put out there so people can go, and not in a bad way. It sounds like surface level, like you don't know what you're talking about. No, I mean like that's what the regular person that we don't want to know about. Like sometimes we don't want to hear about how many fucking line breaks the Warriors had in the third half or the second half.
Yeah.
On the third phase of play or some shit. We don't want to know about that shit. We want to know, oh man, like, oh bro, Sean Johnson, bro, like it was cool that he fucking did this, and like it's the highlight stuff. But yeah, you're right, bro. I totally talk about what you said, brother.
I don't know. There's something missing about our sports shows, the New Zealand sports shows. Just that little thing. There's something missing. I
think I've cracked the code in terms of getting closer to what it may be. In just terms of somebody that's relatable, somebody that you wouldn't. Anybody thinks they could do what I do. Like it's funny, like I'll get out there, bro. I've heard some pretty out the gate people like say shit to me, and I'm just like, it's okay. Like they'll go, oh yeah. Where's the pies? Blah, blah, blah. Like real fucking out of it shit. And even like some really negative stuff. But I just know in their heart, they just see me as someone that they would like to get in that realm. I could do that. And good on them for thinking that. And Katy Pai, like you should think that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's not as easy as a lot of people think, and there's a lot of work that goes with it, and a lot of people don't know that. They just think, oh yeah, Tim just gets there and he's funny, but there's an art form to it. There's a formula to it, and then there's the actually doing it type shit. And yeah, so I mean that Warriors. To use that Warriors one for instance, I had a lot of people going, "Oh, what the fuck does he know about the Warriors?" Absolutely nothing. And I didn't hide from it. I was like, I'm a bandwagoner. This is how you get away with being a bandwagoner. Here's what you do. You just find like, and I did tips to being a bandwagoner, and it was so relatable that people were like, okay, at least he's not hiding from it. At least he's honest. If I would have gone, hey man, like Sean Johnson, can't wait to see his steps and see him break the line 34 times, and I didn't know shit, and I got caught out on that shit, that's me gone. Like nobody's gonna trust me anymore. Why would they fucking trust me?
That's a good example of what I was talking about a fan's perspective.
Yeah, bandwagon.
You know, yeah. And you can get a story out of being a bandwagon.
Oh man, 100%.
There's heaps of like bandwagon stories you can put down.
Fucking 100%.
You know?
I fucking live off that shit. When I'm like let's say like if I go back, I think about let's go the Kaikara France story that I did when he took me down. I went in there thinking, like everybody else, UFC's easy. Fucking get off the cage, bro. Get off your ass. And I go, come on then, bro, let's wrestle. And he fucking took me down, like, for real. And he was just, like, the hardest thing about that Kaikara France one is he was fucking giggling. He was fucking I was trying to survive. I was trying to live. I was trying to keep my breath open, and he was fucking giggling. It's like, you bastard. You got me, Kaikara France. But you know, like, because a lot of people will think that. They'll think, oh yeah, I could, bro. If he had me up, he's only little. I could take. He couldn't take me down. Yo, I was a prime example of someone that's like, no, actually, that's not how that works. And he fucking like, man, it was funny, but at the same time, I was like, damn, I was so out of breath, and I didn't do anything. I was just like trying to get up, you know. So, but you know, like a lot of people think that they could do that, and but to be able to do a concept of, I'm going to go into this interview pretending that I could beat up Kaikara France.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then using that concept to kind of build to that moment where he took me down and gave me a hiding. And then I'm saying, yeah, Izzy, where's Izzy? Call Izzy, he needs to help me. You know, like, call the police, call the ambulance. That kind of thing. That's the climax of the whole joke. But there's a formula to it that a lot of people don't appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks easy, but it's not.
Yeah, and I think that's what some of the most skillful people make things look easy. And, you know, like there's a process to things. And, yeah, and I think, I get a lot of people like, why are you even here? Like, man, some of the breakers, like games, they're like, why are you even doing it? You can't even play, blah, 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 blah. I just look at them like, shut the hell up. You just want to be on the floors like me. Like I can just walk up. Bro, there was a game. I was just sat on their bench the whole game. And I was just like, then nobody told me to get out. They just, yeah, bro, just come have a drink. You know, Gatorade, no. And I just sat there. And you can hear people just salty as fuck, eh? Why the fuck does he get to sit there? That kind of shit. But it's because there's work that goes behind everything. And you have to love the work. It's been cool, yeah.
I was thinking about Spark Sport. Because I think that there's a prime opportunity for Spark Sport to do something about being a real competitor to Sky Sports. Hey.
Well, they're gone, eh? They're finished.
Well, they've lost the cricket. That was the only thing they had.
They're finishing up.
Are they?
Yeah, they're finishing up in June.
See, that's a big fail.
Yep.
They had the chance to like do something about being a competitor, like get personalities in. They have real TV shows, sports shows, have real stories. You know, like something that's not the same as Sky.
Well, here's the thing though, is that you're 100% right here, but if you want to stand out from the crowd, you've got to be a bit different.
You got to be different, yeah.
And that's my fucking story. Nobody else is dressing like me with a fucking $2 suit and shorts and jandals and slides. Nobody's doing that. And people kind of go, oh, that's a bit corny, but it sets me apart from other reporters. And then you've got to have some substance to that. You got to ask questions that nobody else will ask that are still sport questions, but not fucking, oh, bro, where's the best place to get a pie? Like, you know, like has to have some substance to it. And you can't ask the same ones all the time. And then you learn how to get that, but you have to be different. And I suppose they had an opportunity, but they just didn't capitalize. I don't know. There's a lot of good people lost their jobs like at it. you know, like a lot of really skilled people. But at the same time, like, you know, you have to kind of look at it and go, where did it fail? And I don't know. I'm not too sure where it failed, but I just know that they had the FIBA World Cup, and I hope that Sky gets it so I can do it. So I can do some tall black stuff. I don't know.
I remember Bill Simmons asked, he had Barack Obama on his podcast, and he asked him a question that Barack Obama was surprised at. He said, "Oh, I've got a question for you. You're having a business lunch, and your phone rings and it's your wife. Do you pick it up?"
Nah, hell no. I put that shit on voicemail. And that's a great question, eh? That's a great question. Shout out to Bill Simmons.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That's an amazing question. It's better than, oh man, hey, what do you reckon about Donald Trump? Like fuck, he's probably been asked that a million times. Nobody asked that question. I mean, you know my background. I ask questions nobody really asks. And I've done that for a long time. Like when I'm asking John Campbell if you'd let the predator suck him off. Like that kind of shit. And it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, but I appreciate that question. That's a great question. It's very relatable. Everyone can relate to that. And it's putting someone in a humanized state. That brings Barack Obama down to.
And that's the whole thing about it, asking questions, eh?
You got to make it. You got to humanize the people. You can't be starstruck. I have not been starstruck yet. I'm thinking, no, I have not. Oh no, I nearly got starstruck. I was supposed to do. Here's something. I was about to do an interview with Kamaru Usman, and he didn't ring in. It was supposed to be a Zoom one, and he didn't do it.
The wrestler.
Yeah, the Kamaru Usman. He was the welterweight champion. Yeah, I was supposed to do him. I've met Izzy a few times, and I think first time I met him, it was off air, just out and about, and I was a bit starstruck when I met him. And then I seen him at CKB, and he daps me up and he says, "What's up?" So it's kind of like, oh, cool, we like that. But I haven't done a story with him yet. But I probably will have to check myself a few times if that does happen.
Who would be then? Would it be someone from America?
LeBron. Oh man, you mentioned fucking LeBron. Holy shit. Me and LeBron would be like, I'd be like, what the fuck do I say to this guy?
Is he back yet? Is he back playing?
Yeah, he came back to the on the Bulls game, and then they lost. Patrick Beverley was like, "Oh no, bro, we're kicking you out of the Lakers. We're kicking the Lakers out of the playoffs," and they won. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
But they're not in line to be in the play-in.
I think they're around the 6th, 7th. I think.
Shit.
But it's weird, bro. The fucking play-in games. See, everybody, it's so close. The last game of the season is going to wrap it up for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are going to be like, "Damn, we should have won that game." But a very interesting race to the play-in.
Well, it's supposed to stop people from tanking, no?
Yeah, but it hasn't stopped the Rockets and the Spurs.
Oh, they're going after the
and the Pistons. They're going for Wembanyama.
Yeah,
and you know it's still. But yeah, hey, we'll see what happens. But no, it's gonna be a good playoffs, man. I reckon. My
best story for the NBA season was so far is the return of the resurgence of what's his name, Markelle Fultz.
Oh yeah,
because when he was first picked. Man, when I saw his highlights, I thought, man, this guy's the man. And then he went downhill.
Yeah, Sam Timmons, who plays for the Breakers, was a teammate of Markelle Fultz.
Oh yeah,
and he speaks so highly of him, like around his basketball acumen and how good he is. And so, like, yeah, it's pretty. He's a good man, Sam. He's a good man, Sam Timmons.
Yeah,
he's a good man. But yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's been doing good.
Yeah,
I think he's the best player on that team now, on Orlando.
Oh, I think Banchero will probably be up there. He's very good too. Paolo Banchero, and yeah, they've got a good team there. Yeah, I think for the future they'll be if they get Wembanyama, be crazy.
Did you get into the match business?
A little bit. I do my bracket.
Yeah,
and I came second in our sweepstakes at work. Shout out to the Western guy who won it because of Miami, and he had no clue who's who, and he just like, yeah man, Miami U, that's the Rocks, and that's how he got it. So yeah, but they're in the Final Four. That's the last team. But yeah, no, not really. It's hard watching 18-year-olds when there's a 30-second fucking shot clock and no resets to 14. get an offensive board and chuck it back out and wait for 20 seconds and then run some offense. Yeah.
Has it finished now? I just
Final Four is in about 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I watched the Sweet 16.
Oh, yep. They're good games. They're all close. But yeah, I haven't had time really. Just everything going on. It's crazy. Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? What's happening for the rest of the year? Yeah.
I have some of these acting jobs are coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So one major one that's coming out that I'm not allowed to chat about. I can tell you off here, but I can't tell you, just in case I'll get in trouble. I've signed an NDA. I'm not allowed to talk about. I'm writing for a sitcom at the moment that again can't really talk to you about. I can tell you off here, but yeah, and people are going to be listening like, shut the fuck up, shut up, you little shit. And then just fucking molding carving our imprint with the Morning Shack into people's radios and making people come back and listen to us. But like you, bro, that's I only listen when Cam's on. Man, fuck, shit. I thought we were cool like that, but that's cool. Fucking hell. And then I'm just chugging away. I've got like that surgery that I've got to sort out, and I'll be out for a little bit for that. But then just more Kroger's Wild and. Talking to people to try and, make more opportunities for some other people and getting more brown faces when I can on with me and rejoicing that, our humour matters and the way that we laugh should be on TV and, so yeah, it's getting there though. It's baby steps, but I'm getting there little bit by little bit. And then, but hopefully, I reckon by maybe next year or the year after, hopefully having a TV show of my own. Fingers crossed, I don't know. And then, just building. Like, that's all I'm doing at the moment. Last year for me was my break-in year where I was like, yo, look at me, motherfuckers, look what I'm doing. This year is like, okay, I've done that. Now it's time to start building a house and building a whare for all of our people to come in and we can just... we can celebrate together and we can have opportunities for others. But man, it's just, we're just slowly getting there, brother. Yep. I just have to be patient and just keep working.
It's cool how you talked about your transition from podcasting to mainstream. And then we talked about the lifespan of being in mainstream. And then I saw what's his name? Jordan and Roscoe started their podcast with Mark Peart. But it was like, I don't know if they were trying to do a radio show on the podcast platform.
Yeah. Do you think that works?
I think they're missing out on the opportunity of using the podcast platform.
Yep.
Of like, saying what you want to say, like in a way where you can say what you want to say. Yeah. Sort of thing. Not having these rules put upon you. Like mainstream has rules.
Yeah. I think podcasting is an amazing place to show who you are and to really show exactly this is who I am as a person. And, people that listen to you know you. People know what you're into. Like, that I'm a Knicks fan because you've heard me say that I'm a Knicks fan. That Clinton Bakery is my bakery because I've told everybody that on Bakery Run. You open yourself up to, to the world. You say, this is who I am. And I think, I think that can be a good thing and a bad thing. It could go both ways. And I think sometimes opening up for a lot of people is not, especially when you're in, I don't want to say that. No, it's a hard thing for a lot of people. It takes a little time to get going. And I wish them nothing but the best. I hope that they do well. I hope that it continues, being successful. And, I hope nothing but great things for them. But yeah, I do see where you're coming from. But, podcasting is you're opening your audience your audience are down to you. You know what I'm saying? And then, but it's you're also competing with a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people that are have podcasts and it is saturated, but it's saturated to a point of if you build it up slowly and just little bits by little bits, bricks by bricks, listener by listener, and they start investing their time into you as a person, that's when it starts happening. And then that's when it starts becoming, like, oh, cool, these people ride or die with me, and fair enough. But I haven't listened to any of their stuff. I've just been too busy. And it's just, I hope, I work with Brooke on Crow Goes Wild, and he's the man. He's a great dude. And but I really do wish wish them well. And I hope that it continues. Like, I hope that, because it raises, the rising tide raises all the boats, right? And I just hope that the waka that is raising the things is willing to, offer help and services to the other boats around the dock a bit. And that's, I really hope so, because, it's cool. There is a community. There's a community, especially in New Zealand, of podcasters that are great, like yourself, and so many out there. And there's probably, I put on my Instagram like 4, and I put your one there, and that, I should have put the other ones that you do, like the Afakasi one, and the rugby league one, and the rugby one, and all those other. Sorry, I know you've got many more, but those ones, and I think you gotta kind of do your due diligence and help. It's like coming back to the hood thing, what the bro said, right? And that's why I'm like, I'd come on any day you ask me to come on this podcast. I'll come on, because I know for a fact how hard it is to get a guest that will show up and be good on and say some things that are going to be insightful. It's not easy, and not everybody can get on. Have you had like guests where you're like, man, I don't know if this is the right kind of guest. You don't have to say which one, but have you had ones where you're like, I don't know if this is a header?
I have, but then at the end of it, I was like, oh no, it's good. It's good I had them on, because because it's for the people that to get a better understanding, because it is a long form podcast, long form conversation.
Have you ever? Here's a question, bro. This is I have had ones like this. When you edit or when you put your thing in and you see it, how like one mic is, you see the waves for that one, and another mic you see the other. Like you can judge it, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had one that you just like you only like that person just talks for ages? Fuck, bro. I had one, and I talk like for the hour. I took like maybe 3 minutes, bro. And this dude just fucking. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I hope you don't, when you edit this one, you're like, fuck, this guy's calling people out. Look at his shit. Talks for too long. But you've had those?
I've had those, but I don't mind it, because it's...
I do, because I'm like, fucking shut up, bro. Let me answer a question. I've done all my research here for these questions.
I've had the ones where, especially the long ones, like 3-hour ones, where the first half an hour, they're just like nervous as, or they've got a different personality.
Yeah.
And then after an hour goes by, they start opening up. Bro, and they say stuff that they shouldn't have said.
Okay, I'm going to say one that, I'm not going to say who, but I had one time, bro. And it went like this, bro. Late, like it's supposed to be at 8, didn't show up till 9:30. And fucking talk. And then I asked questions, it was all good. And then like just turned the Zoom off. Hey. Just turned it off. I go, yeah, didn't even say goodbye, just, okay. I was like, what the fuck? I waited up for him, and then we talked for like half an hour, just turned it off. And then I was like, fuck that dude. then I found out he was super, like I thought he was all goods. Then it turned out he was a fucking, he's a bit of a dick. So I didn't know he was going to be like that. I was just like a bit starstruck, like, oh shit, like, yeah. But I've had starstruck moments when I've done the podcast, because I wasn't in that world then. Now I kind of am, but I've been in that, on the mainstream. But like Susie Cato was, fuck, bro. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy shit, Susie fucking Cato. Shay Fu was one for me. John Campbell, obviously. Yeah, DJ Severe. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, fuck, this is DJ fucking Severe. Like, damn. And then fucking to hit him with those zingers. Boom. A couple of those ones. But yeah.
I've had a podcast episode on this one. Influenced the whole Brisbane Broncos.
Oh, yeah?
Because I had Selwyn Cobb. He came on.
Oh.
And he said something he shouldn't have said.
Did he ask you to take it out?
No.
Oh,
so it was because he was because I've got friends who are Brisbane Broncos fans.
Yeah.
And I told him he was coming on, and one of my mates he texted me, can you ask him this question? Ask him if the coach is a good coach or not. And so I asked him, and he said, nah. He's a good guy, but I don't think he's a good coach.
Yeah, it's a rough one, eh?
So anyway, this happened in September last year. It blew up in the news in Australia last month or before the season started. It was everywhere
Sorry, I didn't know that.
in Australia.
That was crazy.
But it was never here.
Oh, okay.
It was never in New Zealand. Nowhere.
I get you.
It was on Fox Sports website. It was an ESPN website. It was on all these websites, news websites in Australia, but there was nothing here. And I thought, oh yeah, that's how much we love rugby league in this country.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember that when last time I was on, I talked about Stephen Adams, and I met Stephen Adams, and he brought it up. He goes, bro, I saw that clip that you said about me, and he goes, yeah, that was true, bro. I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, fucking true, brother. So people are watching, brother. People are watching. Some people see it and share it over. So, and that's what I said on my Twitter too. Is you never know who's listening or talking about show, or, tuning in. You just don't know. You have no clue.
Yeah. So with
I've been like coming back to that one though. Fuck, bro. I'll tell you what. I get fucking shocked sometimes at the people that watch the bakery run. And I know that people watch Bakery Run. Don't get me wrong. I know. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so shocked. I know people, but bro, I've had fucking like famous people hit me up like, holy bro, you need to do more fucking episodes, bro. This shit is the fucking funniest shit out. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. Like league players, rugby players, like I had Julia Savia fucking say that to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was just walking past him. He goes, oh, you're funny, bro. I watch your bakery. Holy shit, what? The fucking man, G, fucking hell. Like, it's buzzy, bro. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. But at the same time, it doesn't last forever, bro. You just need to keep on to the next one, and just keep working.
So what's it like out in public then? When you go to eat, when you go
It's weird, like
shopping?
different suburbs is differently. I hate going with Regan. Like, Regan, if you want to talk about getting stopped in public, go with Regan, because that shit is fucking... It's cool, but it's annoying, because then they'll... Not because they don't mention me. They'll go, oh, shit, it's Tim, bro. Yeah, bro, I'll take a photo with you too. And I'm just like, oh, okay, fucking... I'm just trying to eat here. Like, it's all right, though. I think the Crowd Goes Wild is kind of a different demographic to what I normally do, but it's still the bakery run, and it's either the bakery run or Niu FM. It's one of those two, mostly. But it's starting, I think, after this Warriors story, I think it's starting to move over to... That's what it is. The you're the guy from the Sky Show or the Crowd Goes Wild. But, I mean, it's fucking whatever it is. People have never been rude. Like, people are always really respectful so far. Yeah, but had a couple. All the ones that I have had a bad run, and have just been white people just trying to be funny. And I don't think they know how to relate. Like, I had a dude going, hey, bro, did you eat all the pies? And I was like, gee, you're not even funny. And then he was like, nah, fuck you then. And okay, cool. This is why I was at Spark. I was like, fucking hell, brother. Spark Arena. I was like, dude, you're sitting in the fucking nosebleeds, my bro. You're just jealous that I'm down here. Yeah, so just you get the odd one here and there, but nothing too out the gate, You have a couple, yeah, but it's the old ones that used to go to school with you that you're just like, bruh. Okay, bro. Yep. Yeah. Especially like some of the like, oh, you'll always get that. Did you go to the school? And I'll go, yeah, I did. And they were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're talking to me. And I was like, fuck, what? Like, I'm not fucking, I'm just a regular dude. Like, fuck. Just fucking, yeah, it's weird. It's strange, but it's cool, but it's a bit strange. But nah, Riggs is, fuck, I get sick of hanging around that kind of, like, yeah, you'll get just, it's a different crowd. Yeah, he has people that love his shit. They're all about it. They're all about what he's talking about, and it's amazing. But yeah, it doesn't really translate over to the Crowd Goes Wild.
So what's good about him is that he's still doing his skits.
Don't give him compliments, bro. Fucking hell, bro. This is my podcast. You asked me on. Nah, yeah. What's good about him?
Like, he's still got time to do his skits. He's still doing his skits.
Yeah. See, I can fucking talk. Yeah, nah. He knows his community, and he does his best to make sure everybody's catered to, and he's amazing, bro. Regan is, and like, I don't really give him props, like, privately, but publicly, like, he's a piece of shit. No, I love that man. He's taught me a lot, and we've taught each other a lot. So I've got a lot of, he's my day one. So yeah, it's pretty cool being like linked with him. Like, people will call me Regan sometimes, and they'll call it like they know he's Regan, but they're, oh, bro, Regs, I mean Tim, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool being linked with somebody so nice, so genuine, so just about the people, and yeah, he's an amazing human.
I tell you what, I've been enjoying on social media is Oosgang, his
Love
exercise, his exercise videos.
Shout outs
man.
to Oosgang.
Damn, I mean,
I love him.
shucks.
I remember interviewing him before any of that shit, and you could just tell he just has such a warmth to him.
I saw that one because he was in his car.
Fucking hell! And then he was outside his house. Then his nana was like, "What are you doing?" And then yeah, he's a beautiful man. I watch every single video he drops, and I always give him a like, and I always mention if I see something like, "Hey, bro, like you're looking, I like that, bro. Like you couldn't do that," and like just egging the bro on to just keep going. And he's got so many people behind him too. It's so cool. It's a beautiful thing to see our people coming together to help the bro out. And Reeks was in a video with him doing exercise, and Terrell was, and he's asked me, and I'm just like, fuck, what am I gonna contribute here? So I want to put him on. I want to do a story about him on Crowd Goes Wild.
Yeah, because when he first came out with his skits, man, they were so funny, man.
Oh,
they were so different because they were like dark as,
super dark,
and they were like fucking like. Fuck, these are
the funniest
offensive jokes, man.
I can say this now. The funniest part, he was doing all those jokes, bro, and he was working at a church.
Oh yeah,
he was doing all the. I'm pretty sure he was doing like he was helping out with all the video stuff for the church and stuff. And I'm just like, fuck, far out. What a Bruce Wayne Batman guy.
But he didn't have the flashes videos, and
he didn't need to.
But he didn't need to, man. Because he was.
He's a great testament to. You don't need all the gears. You just have to be witty and put work into like writing and be funny with it. And it's so natural for him. But he's so talented. There's so many people that are so fucking talented, bro. Like he's just one of many. Like Skrilla's another one. Skrilla's fucking hilarious. And Terrell, like bro, another one that doesn't get enough shine, I reckon. I suppose he does is Sonny Jim. Sonny Jim is probably one of the most funniest storytellers out. He can tell a story and he adds things into it that are absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's so many. Trix is another one that's a great storyteller. Like there's so many great storytellers out there. J Muck and MK. There's an amazing group out there, and all they need is an opportunity. And I hope that one day they get it.
There's always that one that sticks with you, eh? One of their skits or one of their concept that sticks with you always. I remember saying Jim, the one that stuck with me always is the one where when a song comes on and he wants to go drink.
Oh yeah,
bro, shall we go buy a box? In the car, the song comes on. Oh, bro, it's my jam. Let's go buy a box.
he's amazing, talented as fuck too, bro. Like the bro can sing. He can fucking.
Oh man, he can sing, man.
He can write funny shit, but. Like all these amazing talents. I just really hope that, somebody opens their doors and gives them some opportunity to make money and to show their skill on a bigger platform. One day it's going to happen, and I hope it happens soon. But I hope that
I think you guys are doing it already because when Regan and Sonny Jim did that song in the Lucky G's restaurant.
Oh yeah.
That's done just you guys, eh? Coming together and putting something.
Well, I wasn't in that video, bro, just so you know.
But you guys in that space, I mean. Like,
nah, they didn't. I wasn't invited. I wasn't invited. I was sick. And everybody asked, I've got a couple, why isn't Tim in there? And I'm like, oh, shit.
But that's what I mean. You guys are doing it yourselves. You guys are doing this.
No, I need to clarify that. I was sick. Regan did invite me. Sonny Jim did invite me. I was supposed to do something in the background. But I didn't do it in the background because I was sick. There we go. Sorry. Move on with the next question.
But you guys are doing it yourselves. You guys are collaborating.
Yeah.
And bringing and making content. You're collaborating content.
Yeah. All we need is one person to have a show and then just bring those people together and write fucking skits and write shit. That's all that needs to happen. And one person, I don't know who it is.
But it looks like it can happen now. You guys can go on YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm saying like... it's just money's available in the mainstream, and you're right. Somebody can do that, but why would somebody do that when they're all kind of making money on this individually anyway? So, and it'd be great, but they're doing well. Just by themselves and collaborating, like you said. But I think in the mainstream, it's about. I would love to see Regan have a skit show with all those people in there, and I would love to see, like all those people just come together and blow up, but blow up in the mainstream and giving them, they deserve it. Like they deserve to be able to do what they do well, and then do it. Like you look at 7 Days, it's the same ones. It's not all the same ones, but it's the same type of comedian. That have been on the stand-up. Oh, they've done stand-up. Oh, yeah, they know that they're funny. The stand-up comedians, they have to be good. But man, I'd put Sonny Jim and Ulsgang up against any of them, and I guarantee you, if it came down to, let's say, if it was a roast battle, you imagine Cam, Regan, Dre Skrilla. You imagine them having a roast battle against some of those ones on 7 Days. Holy. It'd be a whitewash, man. It'd be fucking funny to see, though. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, one of the best mockers I've ever had the privilege to be in front of is bloody fucking the Western guy. It's Coach West. That's on our producer. This dude is. He's every day, bro. He comes up with something, and I'm like, what the? How did you think of that, bro? That's amazing. I told him to do stand up, but he doesn't want to do it. I told him to come on the podcast with me today, and he said, "Nah, I don't want to do it. Piece of you fucking bastard, you bastard, fuck you." So, fuck you, Western Clyde. I love him. He's my little bro. I love that dude. So yeah, bro. But I just hope an opportunity comes soon, eh?
There's been a name for this era. You guys era. You guys are pioneers of.
Oh, that's nice of you to say, bro.
With that journey you guys did,
But I feel like I am I am a bit different. Like I didn't make skits. I didn't do that shit. I came from just a podcast, and I'm a little bit different from your Skrillas and those ones. They're so talented at what they do. I can't do what they do, and they can't do what I did. So it's kind of like a rugby league thing. Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they're the rugby league. Oh, they're the rugby union, and I'm the rugby league. Like I came from it's very similar, very very similar jokes. But my ones were from interviews and, now it's Kroger's Wild shit. So it's a little bit different. It's still the same. We still use a rugby ball, but it's just a different set of rules. So I'm very lucky in that space because that translates to media easily. Like, they need people that can be funny and interview. And I just hope that somebody opens some doors up for somebody that, that can be funny and doing skits and writing like the bros and the social media people. But yeah, there needs to be a name for it. I don't know. There is a bit of a era of that, those, I think from Tricks onwards, Tricks, Jimmy Jackson, that kind of shit. I think Jimmy had time before that, and then, Tricks's came and, all those funny ones, Riggs and shit. So yeah, I fucking love watching this shit though. They're fucking amazing.
I wonder if it's similar to like how athletes are doing their own podcasts in the States. Like like Draymond Green. His ones, everyone listens to this one.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. They're gonna that's gonna get that's going to get views because it's Draymond Green, right? If you're a media dude and you're not living and you're not tapped in, you don't know you don't know who Regan is. You don't know who Dre Skrilla is. You don't. Cause it's not in your universe. But it's going to take one person that it is in the universe that has the power to go, okay, hey, would you like to come over here and do some stuff? Yeah.
And that's why I was interested when I listened to, like I said before, the morning shift. And I thought that, these guys got the opportunity to come back on the airwaves, right? But not the same as my FM style. Because you're in the podcast realm now. You can be whatever you want now. You don't have to. There's no rules. Like, can I listen to the real you, not the YFM you?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still need to get around to listening to it. I haven't had a go. Just been on the go, man. Like fuck. I think this whole week has been one thing after the other. So if I get some time, that's the other thing too. It's a podcast, right? You can listen to it when you want it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So why is it called the morning shift then?
You listen to it in the morning, I guess.
I'm joking, all right.
But then, there's other podcasts coming out now in New Zealand, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
A lot of Pacifica and Māori ones coming out, which is we need, you know.
100%. I think the most under kind of shown, represented demographic, I think it's Pacifica women. I think there needs to, just in general, on TV, anywhere else, they're the most quieted group that needs a shine. Pacifica women, females that are, you know, like us, like 20 to 60. Just that's a pretty broad range. I feel that there's just not enough representation of that demographic in general. I just hope that, you know, like they get some shine. There's some amazing ones out there, you know, like your Indira and Tangata Pacifica. I forgot her name. That works with John Paul, and then you know. But I really do think, like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any that are in the mainstream that get to be themselves and not just, oh yeah, you just be a reporter and just be like that. Yeah. I would love to see more of that in mainstream media.
And not tick the boxes.
Just let them be them. Indira is great. Indira is amazing at what she does. But yeah, I do hope that one day we can, you know, one day their voices will be heard. Yeah. That's why like having Gabby on our show is so important. It's not important to us. It's important to everybody. Like we could, you know, and my job being the anchor is it's important to let her shine and let her have her time, and not just go to Regan all the time because I'm used to that, which is something I'm working on, and we'll get there. But yeah. Anyway, brother,
sweet, man.
This has been great, bro.
No, thanks for coming, man.
Brother,
it's
you know,
good to catch
normally,
up again, man.
if I didn't have a job at 4:00 in the morning, I would stay here talk some more, bro. But I'll come on anytime you need me, brother. You just, if you're stuck, if you need someone at the bottom of the barrel, bro, you got no guest, you just reach out to me, brother. I'll be here. Just make sure, I only listen to your podcast when Cam's on, though. Cam, bro, can you come on this podcast more so I can listen to it, please? Fucking listen to the fucking radio. What the fuck was that shit, bro? I drove all the way out here from South.
I told you, man, I'm too old, man.
For what?
I'm too
to
old.
Listen to the bros?
For the music.
You better be on the text line tomorrow, bro.
I'm
466.
I'm the breeze music. I'm the 80s.
Shut your
80s,
ass.
90s.
Shut your ass, bro. You listen to our shit now. I don't care. We're the captains of your fucking radio now, boy. You better fucking.
I listen to the podcast. I listen to the podcast because there's no music.
Okay. That's okay. You get a pass then.
So there's no music. So
you get a pass.
Listen to you guys talk.
Yeah, well, even with our dirty shit that we talk at the start of the podcast, that's fine. Okay, bro. Thank you so much for having me on, bro. And before we go, bro, I just want to say, brother, I love the grind. I love that you're pure to the craft, and bro, it's gonna happen sooner or later. Whatever you want it to happen, it's bound to happen because the work's getting done. And bro, I really do appreciate you, and you shine light on people that don't normally get light shone on them, and let them speak. So, you know, like, I can talk them on the fucking radio every day, but there's other people that are like, you know, like the Christopher dude and like Steven Setu and like those people. Yeah, a lot of people might not agree with what they say, but you give them a mic to shine, and that's very rare. And I fucking respect the shit out of that, bro. So thank you,
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, bro. Why don't you give me Burger King like you did last time? Piece of shit.
Can't believe you remember that.
Oh, bro.